I'll be right with you, everybody. I'm still in wardrobe and hair. Alhamdulillah. What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. Good afternoon and good evening. We've got kind of a full roster today. Obviously, I can't put everything that I'm talking about in the title, but we've got quite a bit to cover, and I'm already shadowing. Let me get my punch. I apologize for the delay also. I was debating taking all this off, but not going to do it. And I meant to be here earlier. I was trying to reach the prince, but I didn't talk to him yesterday or today. So it's very surprising. And I really don't know where all the time went. Today just kind of flew by, man. Phone. So I don't know where all the time went. But funny how time flies when you're having fun, right? Funny how time. Why don't I start by saying who's here? Wow, it really is after 5. Wow. I don't know where the time went. I don't know where it all went. That was flat. I don't know where it all went. No, I don't know where, no. Damn it. Oh, I'm hearing me. I don't know where it all went. Time passed us by just when it seemed the fun began. Ooh. Let's see. Oh, my magnifying glass, I need it. Alright, let me get the magnifying glass, y'all. So I'll be able to see. And, oops. Alright, where'd it go? I need to notch it down. Yeah. First of all, let me shout out Cheryl Bryant. You were first on the block today. Appreciate you, my queen. Black Beauty always, a shout out to you. Righteous Indignation, shout out to you. Andrea Smith, shout out to you. And I'm sorry I missed your call. I didn't hear it ring, and then I saw it later, and I think you left a voicemail, and I still haven't listened to that. So I'm a bad person. Bay Girl, shout out to you. I'm glad to see your name here today. Allison Bleb, a big shout out to you. Mello, shout out to you. Don't really recognize the name. Maybe you're a new subscriber, but shout out to you. Righteous, you say, I love the leather necklace with medallion. Actually, it's not leather. And I'm glad you said that, because I don't know how stuff translates to you guys. It's not leather. It's still not leather. It's a, I feel like it's wood. I've had it for 1,000 years though. And, but thank you. Or as Maya Angelou would say, and so I say thank you. And I say thank you. And so thank you. But thank you. Yeah. And to everyone who is watching, even if you're not in the room, do thumbs up the stream. Take a moment to hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. I need this. Excuse me. I need my notes. Alhamdulillah. This. Just so, I'll say some things just so in case I miss something. If I don't get to it, you can remind me. No. Well, one thing I do want you to remind me of is because there's this video going around of these two little girls. I'm just going to say at Disneyland, like some mascot like Big Bird or something like that is going around hugging all the children and not the black children. And what kind of pushed me over the edge to do that is because Kelly Rowland, my Pisces sister, commented on it and melted my heart in the process. That's something else. I'm going into lust. But this Jesse Lee Peterson thing, because I cannot stand Jesse Lee Peterson. And the other thing I'm struck by is over the years, Umar Johnson, what's the bastard, Tariq Nasheed, there's been some other big people that are on social media that have went and actually talked to this dude, like giving him time, you feel me? And I'm not understanding why he wasn't left, you know, in a state of needing emergency medical assistance. Like, how is that? You know? But not Umar Johnson, but many of these other people, many of whom I cannot name or remember, certainly their provocation for doing it was just so that they could up their profile, you know? And I saw that early on when I came to YouTube. There used to be this dude who sometimes he would plagiarize my shit. He was always in a wife beater, tattoos everywhere, and every video started out with him lighting a blunt. And he had something going on with this Lee Peterson thing, and it felt a little homosexual to me. So I'm not surprised by this finding now. You know, maybe my suspicions were valid, and I didn't know it, but I just know what the impression it left me with at the time. Apparently, there's a documentary that was done by a Christian group with regard to this Lee Peterson person. And I'm not going to play all of it, but I'm going to play some of it. But first, I have to cite for you at least one individual who played the documentary, and it was not a problem. And of course, he's white. And so I want us all to be aware because of the evils of this white devil. In fact, you guys will remember one of my videos on my channel. I have a playlist. One of my playlists is called The Jedi Entertaining You, or Me Entertaining You. Either The Jedi or Me, something like that. And in one of them, I'm teaching dance. It's an old video, but I just was like, I have it. Let me share this. And I shared it many years ago. And certainly it's been on this channel since probably I even started this channel after the other one got shut down. And I just get a email yesterday or something like that saying that there's been a copyright claim put on my bitch. Really? After 5 years at least? You see? So they go around looking for things. You see? Looking for shit. That's why I tell you, it doesn't matter. Only way we're going to get rid of white people is going to have to have a physical response. Because there's no such thing as just leaving them alone and letting bygones be bygones. You understand? They come pick. And what I know was when you want rats out of your house, you have to call an exterminator. So there's that. Don't let me forget to get to the Michelle Obama piece. Make a note of that. Where is this now? Is this it? And the picture that is up next to this Lee Peterson person in my thumbnail, we're going to get into that.
Hey everybody.
I don't have a name for it yet. It will be something. Okay, so here is the first piece of evidence that I want to begin with. Oh, that's that. Okay, then there's that. One. Now, on your screen now, I hope, I have to see, let me get there. Remember to thumbs up, everybody. Remember to thumbs up. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. Remember to thumbs up. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. Yeah, okay, we're switched over. Okay, this is just to offer. This channel is called Cult of Dusty. And Dusty plays the entire documentary done by this done on this Lee Peterson person. I also checked to see, where is it at now? Oh, more. I also checked to see, did he have to get any clearance or anything? There's nothing there. It's just all about his Amazon and his website and things to support him. All right. And he did his video show less. He did his video I don't see it here. I think it's like a week ago or something like this. I did look at it before, but that was on the device, and on the PC it's just difficult to find. But anyways, that's just one. All right, I offer that so that we all are witness to that. All right, and he speaks the first few minutes, and then the rest of it he plays the entire thing of the documentary. So I wanted to be sure that I share that with you. I don't need the entire piece. I just want to reference some key areas that I saw when he played the documentary. And we're taking time to load. What's going on? Oh, come on, man. It begins also with Mahalia Jackson, so I'm not sure how they were able to do that.
I've changed, and I don't have any skeleton in my closet.
So you were saying that you're 100% saint now?
I'm not saying that I'm a saint, but I don't do those things.
Now, yellow.
Black Lives Matter
was his commentary against.
Now, first part is just to show, for anyone who does not know this bastard, let me just lay out briefly a little bit of his dossier. So this, to me, is the #1 sellout ass Uncle Tom ever known to our people ever. I really mean that as a statement of fact. I'm sure there's other ones out there, but he kind of takes the cake, because this guy will say anything that is against African people. He really is the Dave Chappelle character, you know, the blind character who didn't know he wasn't black and joined the KKK. He's literally that dude. Like, I'm 100% dead ass. He is that dude. And he's also Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. He's all of that. Every bit of it. I think he thinks he's white. But this also makes sense, this new finding, because I really do believe he's sucking on the white man's penis. I do. And I've thought that. And now we have the evidence that indeed and in fact he does. You understand? It's also going to be interesting to see, because, you know, white people flock to him because we're not following him, but white people flock to him because they always need somebody black to spew their pablum vomit. But what they seem to deny, or, you know, because they're very good at denying the truth and what's right in front of them and reality and all those things, just mean nothing. Just whatever makes them feel amazing is what is la pièce de résistance. So if they just see melanated skin, they just think that's a black person, and then that's it. They don't ever consider that there's nuance and all of that. So this is not a black man. It's not. That's just some fucked up dude who happens to have melanin. And at this point, I'm even doubting that his melanin is real. I.e., the masks I brought you the other night. You know, obviously this isn't a mask, but Hollywood can do amazing things with makeup. You know, and hypnosis and, you know, Manchurian and all this kind of thing. So first, I want you to get a flavor of some of how he speaks and things like that, and then we want to hear from some of the people who he, because now they're also turning it into sexual assault, you know, outside of it just being consenting adults. But it'll be interesting to see how these right-wing Republicans, what will their language be? How will they be responding to him? You know, are they going to defend him? Are they going to run from him? You know, and they're all stand up and they hate the Jews and they hate the gays and they hate the niggers and what else do they hate? Did everything. So now he's a nigger and a gay, a homosexual. So what will they think about that? Hear him now.
It's the Marxist group Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Marxist? Now remember, this is being put on by white demons, the documentary, to slander him. But they're still demons.
Conservatives was his commentary against the Marxist group Black Lives Matter.
The Marxist. Black Lives Matter is Marxist, everybody. It's all Marxist.
Black Lives Matter, radical so-called social justice warriors. They were chanting, what do we want? Dead cops. When do we want it? Now. Pigs in the blanket, fry them like bacon. And people went out and started killing cops and everything.
Notice he's doing this. And you'll see him do that. I noticed. That's when he's trying to remember the talking points. Like, this is on purpose. You know what I mean? I really do think he has mental retardation. I think he has, he's also in his 70s. Not that that's an excuse, but it also plays a role in his mental state of being. And on top of that, he's supposed to be a pastor, bitch. A pastor. Proving what I've said to you. Anybody can just stand up on a Sunday and say that the Lord has called me. And there they are in the pulpit the next day. And they're a prophet and a saint. And they know it all. That's a different commentary. Let's stay on this.
Back up!
Exploiting many angry American men's desires for a stable family life, Jesse would directly call out feminists for their role in destroying the family as well.
Sexism is a made-up lie, and it's been made up by women who hate men, who hate the family, who hate the unborn child.
The 73-year-old even visited the church militant
Sexism is made up by women.
Studio in March, when senior executive producer Michael Voris answered his questions about Catholicism.
Did Jesus just rise from the dead in spirit, or did his body come out also?
He was, maybe his body count, I don't know, but I know.
Well, that's a big deal.
He rose in the spirit. That's
no, he rose in the body.
Why I want to make that.
But maybe his body came out, I don't know. But he rose in the spirit. I mean, take it back and go on.
He come out also.
He was, maybe his body count, I don't know, but I know.
Well, that's a big deal.
He rose in the spirit. That's what.
No, he rose in the body.
Why I want to make that.
But he rose in the body. You can't say he didn't walk out of the tomb on Sunday.
And from what we knew at the time, Jesse was an ardent opponent of homosexuality in and outside.
This is the host of the documentary, Joseph Enders.
The church, and presented himself as such.
The spirit of homosexuality is of their father, the devil. It's not them, the person. It's the spirit that made a home in them. And it came from them overreacting to some sort of a situation in life, whether it's from someone messing with them when they were kids, or overreacting to an angry mother, because you become like what you hate.
But shortly after the March interview, friends of his came to us with a different story. These stories first came to light when Jesse's former...
Until there you are hugged up with a white devil. Damn those pesky details and evidence.
co-host and alleged decade-long gay lover exposed him. 61-year-old Patrick Rooney has known Jesse for nearly 30 years, dating back to roughly 1992.
Everybody know Patrick Rooney, one of the smartest white men on this side of heaven.
The two were so close that Jesse was the minister at his wedding and the pastor.
One of the smartest white men this side of heaven. I'm going to need more punch than this. I won't be able to do this. I won't be able to do it.
At his baptism, long before Rooney claimed any homosexual activities began.
Right around that time, I also had started a TV show. I was doing a public access TV show in LA, and with a friend of mine who had gotten off heroin and wanted to, he asked me to be involved in the show to help other people get off drugs and things like that. So we started a show, and one of our first guests was Jesse and another gentleman from Bond. So we did a couple shows with them. And from that time forward, right after the show happened, Jesse and I talked in the green room, backstage. And right off the bat, he started asking me stuff. Jesse's very forward with his questioning and things like that. So he actually asked me right after that show, are you gay?
Rooney's characterization shows that Jesse allegedly used similar grooming tactics as other homo predators, like Saginaw priest Father Robert DeLand, who asked similar questions when preying on a young man in 2017.
To discover that you have some gay tendencies is a fine thing, because then you don't have to be so confused.
Right.
Do you feel less confused?
Yeah.
It's always that dude with those glasses, that hair, Christian, that is all doing all the pedophilia and all the other shit in the church. It's like, that's the dude.
After Jesse discovered Rooney's same-sex attraction, his relationship with Jesse was taken to the next level.
You see?
Bit by
So he's not just, he's really into the white devil. Like, really into the white devil.
bit, Jesse began edging him closer and closer to sin.
Once he moved up there to do the show, we stayed in the same house. Jesse would kind of do some things, kind of horseplay and stuff like that with me. And at times he would do stuff where he would like grab me and then we'd kind of wrestle around a little bit. And then I'd feel his, private parts against me. And he did that more than once. So it wasn't like an accidental thing. He would kind of do it. And then I even mentioned it like, what's that or whatever. And he would kind of play around and joke about it.
Fast forward to 2005, and Jesse was ready to make his final move.
We did a conference with them called Moral Reconstruction, which is kind of ironic now that we're sitting here talking about something else. It's called Moral Reconstruction. We did that. That first conference was, I believe, in 2005. And we did a follow-up conference in 2006 with them as well. And I went with Jesse to Washington, D.C. For this conference. I was a fundraiser at the time. And so we did fundraising, and I was part of the conference. While we were at the conference, we stayed in Virginia, near D.C. So we were sitting on the bed together, and all of a sudden he turned to me and just looked at me, and he said, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do?" And he said it in a tone that was really insistent. And I'd never seen this tone from him before. It was like kind of scary. It kind of scared me. Like what? What do you want to do? I knew what he meant, and then I told him, okay. And at first I'm scared, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm playing along here. It kind of threw me off my game, I guess, in a way. I think later I realized that's kind of something that people do sometimes. It's like the devil works in a certain way by intimidating you, and it throws you off your normal game. And so he said, "What do you want to do?" And he was like, "Okay, I'm scared." And then I told him what I want to do. I mentioned sex acts, that he knew about, that I had already talked to him about, that I was interested in. And next thing you know, he's ripping his clothes off and coming at me, basically. And I did the same, took my clothes off.
I'm also trying to figure out how this dude would get anybody, male or female. Like, you look like the bottom of a cast iron skillet, and you sound like a 3-year-old. His speaking pattern, he's a complete failure.
And next thing you know, we're fully at it, having.
How would anybody
not
be
getting
attracted to
detailed
this
here,
dude?
but basically full-on sexual acts.
Rooney's recollections show that
Okay,
Jesse mirrored DeLand's sexual.
We don't need all of his testimony. Because wait, what was this?
began intertwining his private homosexualism with
A segue. I want to get to this other individual.
The years.
Following being born again, Rooney contends that his sodomitic relationship with Peterson went on for roughly 10 years.
You need to hear that.
It would remind me of that through the years.
Following being born again, Rooney
He told me that once we did this, I was born again.
Yeah.
This sounds crazy.
Because once you have homosexual sodomistic sex, you are born again. So that's how you get born again, everybody. That's how you get born again. You heard it. All right.
But this is the absolute truth. He said that I was born again. He would remind me of that through the years.
Following being born again, Rooney contends that his sodomitic relationship with Peterson went on for roughly 10 years, until Rooney decided to come clean to his wife and son.
Out from a young man, very credible young man.
By the way,
Jesse was
if we got
fooling
cut
around
off,
with this young
everybody,
man.
just wait, refresh, go to my page, refresh the page, and then click on the one that says live, just in case. That's our escape clause.
That young man was 30-year-old Samuel Arambula, a more recent member of Bond and Jesse's latest known purported victim.
This is
I started going to
Samuel,
Bond around
I
May
didn't see his last name.
2020.
Because I'm getting delay. Like when I pause it, it's waiting to pause, and it's just not. So there's some delay things. I'm a little nervous. So just that's our escape clause.
A more recent member of Bond
Samuel
and Jesse's latest known purported
Arambula.
victim.
I started going to Bond around May 2020.
2020.
This was during the coronavirus,
So this is recent
lockdowns,
history.
everything. As soon as they opened back, they were doing live broadcasted, no in-person church for like 2 months or 2 weeks or something like that. But as soon as it opened up, I went. That was May 2020. Jesse, what he likes to do in the church is he goes around first-timers. He goes around first-timers and says, introduce yourself, what's your name, how'd you find us, where are you here? The first thing I said, my name is Samuel, and I'm here because, you helped me a lot. I went and forgave my mom, I went and forgave my dad, I had a lot of anger, and I just dropped that, and I feel way better now. I'm really, growing, and I want to thank you for it.
Among him are 3 other alleged witnesses and victims who also chose to tell their stories. Samuel began his relationship with Jesse professionally, washing cars for him and doing other cleaning work at what they call the Bond House. The Bond House is where Jesse and several of his male staff currently live. And when Samuel began opening up to Jesse about his past, things got personal.
I was molested as a boy, so I was like, Jesse, what do I do? Like, this is weighing heavy on me. What should I do? He said, forgive him, it's in the past. Our relationship progressed slowly, closer and closer. I didn't suspect anything weird of it. There were certain times where he began hugging me where I was like, whoa, I've never been hugged by a man. Like, what was this? But I was like, this is, I get, he would just tell me like, I just love you. So I'm like, okay, I get you, I love you too.
But, much like with Patrick Rooney, Samuel states things went from casually close.
I'm not going to get into commentary on him and the other dude because that's a whole nother commentary. Like, you grown, you don't know what's happening. Not going to get into it.
To mortally sinful.
So a Friday afternoon, evening, I go to Jesse's house and I am sitting in his couch, relaxing, I'm kind of avoiding the LA traffic at the peak hour. So it's a good deal, and I get to stay somewhere with someone that I respect, friend. So then by this point, we're already real comfortable with like hugging and all that stuff, just hugging for long periods of time. I thought nothing weird of it. I guess my guard had already been let down completely. So I'm sitting in this couch, he kneels down in front of me, and then he wraps himself around, his arms around my waist. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird, but I'm like, Jesse, why are you doing that? He's like, I just love you so much. And I'm like, okay, I guess. I was just like this. So then he starts rubbing my thighs, and I'm like, okay, what is he doing? Like, it's kind of crazy. And then he starts rubbing my genital area, and I'm like, what's happening right now? And then he pulls down my pants, and then I'm like, I'm shocked. I'm not saying anything. I'm like, my face is like, whoa, what the hell is happening right now?
From there, Jesse instructed Samuel to go into his so-called meditation called the silent prayer.
And he's like, doubt all thoughts are lies. Everything Satan is telling you is a lie. And I'm like, okay. But inside is telling me, hey, this is not good. What are you doing? What are you allowing him to do?
Samuel describes Jesse abusing the supposed meditative state, trying to convince Samuel to ignore the traumatic sexual experience occurring.
It went on for a few minutes. He would get up, walk away. I could hear him, I couldn't see him. Get up, he would get up, walk away. I could hear him get up, walk away, touch it, get up, walk away, touch it. And I was like, what the hell's going on? So then I opened my eyes, and then I'm like, what just happened?
Another alleged victim was Trayvon Chapman, who in 2015 told his friend, now 43-year-old Armand Martikian, that Jesse molested him.
The first thing came out of his mouth, that Jesse's homosexual. And I say, he can't be saying this, like he's all against it. He's a, straight conservative man who, this is like, what you're saying is bizarre, doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it kind of struck me as a truth. What this guy was saying, he was explaining the incidents, like certain acts that they would do. They had some nicknames. Jesse had nicknames for it, say, instead of telling what the act is, he named it oral massage, according to Trayvon.
Armand tried to tell Jesse what Trayvon said, and he just dismissed it.
I went to Jesse. I said, Jesse, I bumped into Trayvon, and he was talking bad things about you. The moment I said that, his first response was, oh, he's on drugs. When he said he's on drugs, shivers went down my spine, like, uh-oh, aren't you gonna ask what he said about me?
Trayvon has since disappeared. None of the men have any idea of his current whereabouts, though they assume he's still somewhere in LA. After this encounter, Armand began questioning his own relationship with Jesse.
And then I had a flashback. Back in the day, it was such an insignificant thing that it never stayed in my memory, but for some reason, the flashback had, when I was in a private counseling, he kind of gestured me, let me see down there, pointing at referring to my, down there as in my privates. Not knowing what was about, I'm at very late teens at that moment, like kind of got tricked into it, pulled my pants forward where he kind of looked at it, but at the same time, I'm thinking like, maybe he's trying to see if I'm shy, he's trying to help me overcome shyness, because I was a little shy, I didn't know what to make of it. I remember saying, if somebody sees us from outside, they're gonna think we're gay, I said. Later, I looked back, thought that the fact that I said if somebody sees us, they're gonna think we're gay, he kind of probably thought that, okay, he's too aware, I'm not gonna advance any longer.
Former Bond House manager, 50-year-old Robert Santner, alleges he witnessed similarly strange behavior in 2021 between Jesse and current Bond producer James Hake.
What I witnessed, him and Jesse were hugging each other intensely, rubbing each other's shoulder down stuff, and he came to a point where I actually saw him kissing him on the cheek and stuff, on the hallway, and talking all kinds. I can't remember what the words he said, but there were a lot of giggling in the hallway, in his James room, and then there was even one time that just really shocked the living hell out of me, is I went to the laundry room stuff, after I took the laundry out, and then when I got out, and there was a door open in Jesse's room, and there I saw Jesse was sitting in the bed, and while James Hake was wrapped around bed sheets, completely around like a burrito with his head sticking out. And Jesse was like embracing him and hugging him and stuff, and then kissing him on the forehead. And I was like, hey, are you all right?
Hake, to this day, is an ardent defender of Jesse and his ministry, essentially helping him ostracize all the men accusing Jesse of homo predation. Santner also described an incident where Jesse attempted grooming him to see if he was a homosexual.
Like there was one night, okay, I was all by myself. It was like late at night after I came home from work. I was in the kitchen, you know, doing my own thing and stuff. And then suddenly there was Jesse appeared on the doorway, leaning against the doorway with his hand underneath his underpants. And he was like slowly massaging himself and was giving me a look, and I turned around and says, "What the heck are you doing?" And he was like giving me a smile and giggle and stuff, and then walked away.
Another witness is Martin Francis, who's largely been leading the charge against
Francis person. Was friends with him for 25 years or 20 years, something like that. It might have been 25 years of the Oprah show, 25. But this is consciousness of guilt. The Latino dude that said, when he said, hey, this Trayvon guy is talking smack about you, and he didn't deny the claim, he just went, oh, he's on drugs. Then this dude, he tries to have him arrested.
against Jesse's purported homopredation. He describes himself as one of Jesse's best friends. You may recognize Francis from a video with Jesse arguing with a Univision reporter at a Prop 187 rally in Los Angeles in 1996, a rally opposing the flood of illegal aliens entering the state.
Are you all right?
So
okay?
there he is.
I'm feeling better than ever.
So
All right.
this asshole's
Yes, I'm
been
all
around
right.
for a minute.
Are you all right?
Am I what?
What are you thinking?
There's Jesse.
These people now, why? Why you stay here?
Are you racist? Am I racist?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a racist. Why do you ask that?
But since learning of Jesse's dark secret, Francis has led several protests against Peterson's homosexuality outside of the Bond studio. Jesse was confronted by him several times this year and refused to address any of the accusations of him preying on young men at Bond. Here's a video of Francis from March, facing off with him at what appears to be the post office across the street from the Bond studio.
Oh, that's nice. He wants me to tell them how I was sleeping with my brother's wife. That's fine. But Jesse, why will you not speak on your homosexual behaviors?
Francis confronted him again in the back of the building with Armand Martikian in February, capturing it all on video.
Jesse Peterson, I've known you for 25 years personally. Will you come? See, he's not coming over to me. Will you at least stand there where you feel safe and talk to me? Stand up on your porch with the door open and shout out to me. Why won't you talk to me? I've known you for 25 years. I've accused you of heinous things, and you will not talk to me. You coward!
Francis admits there were also a few clues that should have revealed Jesse was a homosexual, long before he ever found out.
He wanted to see if I was willing to have a homosexual relationship with him, of course, because that's what he was all about. He was about putting out feelers there and seeing who he could have sex with. And it didn't work with me because I had not been molested as a boy. And so eventually I told him, look, Jesse, I'm just an angry guy and I don't like these long hugs and all this stuff we're doing, you know, at night.
And did he stop?
Where he would come into my bed and just lay with me, you know.
He would come into your bed and just lay with you?
Yes. And at one time even like put his hand underneath my underwear to go toward my genitals, right? He never got there because he could see I wasn't getting excited. So he never got there. He just like at the edge, you know, because you gotta invite the vampire in, is what they say in the vampire movies. And it's sort of true with even psychic vampires like Jesse. And so he would do those kind of tricks or put his hand around my back and up on my chest and be hugging and all that kind of stuff just to see if maybe I could get, and asking me if, how does it feel? And it feels good, right? And all that kind of stuff. And I would meekly answer, yeah, it feels good. But only because when you're under that kind of pressure, you just give the answer that he wants, but you're really like wanting to get the heck out of there. You're like ready to fly out of there like a bat out of hell.
Jesse appears to have used every dirty trick in the book to silence him, allegedly trying to have Francis arrested for violating an unserved restraining order.
I will go back to Phoenix and chill out with the relatives like I was doing before, and I'll be back on the 25th. Okay.
25th,
Fortunately
yeah.
for you, this was in the sealed envelope today at the Haddonfield? Yes. Yes. If it was already served, you had already seen this, you would be going to jail.
Church militant asked every single victim and witness if they thought Jesse would continue sexually preying on men, and they all had the same answer.
Well, yeah.
I would say yes.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind.
There's no doubt that there's current victims.
I think for sure.
Jesse allegedly accuses these men of harassment, but some members of his own congregation disagree, like former bond house tenant Fabian Asensio.
The harassment is just an excuse for, trying to shut people down. Bond has been a nonprofit church for all these years.
Jesse was embroiled in a homosexual scandal in October 2020, after his Twitter account liked a gay pornography image. After the tweet was left up for hours, Jesse's account was immediately locked down and set to private. One caller on his daily JLP show broadcast tried asking him about it, and Peterson hung up on him.
Did you lock your Twitter account because you got caught liking a gay OnlyFans post?
Amazing. Do you think I handle my own Twitter stuff?
Oh, somebody else did it? How come you locked the account?
None of your business.
And I don't know if he uses Beijing or whatever that shit is brothers use, like, or if he's just that fucked up anyway. You feel me? Like I don't know what's happening. I mean, he even just looks like some bullshit on top of everything else. He feels like somebody that that would shit in their drawers and just be walking around in it all day. It's stinking up the place. And acting like it's not a problem.
What the? Are you a homosexual or something?
No, but it doesn't really
Why
matter.
are you such a beta male? What, you know all that stuff that's going on is not real, but you're being a girl right now. What making you be a girl right now?
There's nothing wrong with it, Jesse.
There's nothing wrong.
While you are sucking on the white man's penis, not understanding.
Would you being a girl?
They were in.
Goodbye.
On top of those we spoke to, there were several other anonymous alleged victims Church Militant was made aware of, who refused to speak with us per their devotion to Peterson and his so-called ministry. Jesse continues to deny his own actions to his congregants and his fans, shutting down any victims who stand in his way. For Church Militant Special Assignment, I'm Joseph Enders, Detroit.
Okay. Now, this also is to illustrate to you that it's not just Jesse Lee Peterson. You know, most of these, certainly black Christian pastors, the white ones too, but I'm more familiar with the black ones. These people will tell you anything from the pulpit on a Sunday, everybody. Anything. If you under the sound of my voice right now and you go to church, what's today? Today is Tuesday. You need to go to church on Sunday, or when you go to church on Sunday, you need to ask your pastor, have you been to a school of theology and divinity? Do you have a degree in that? Do you have it? Just ask them. See if they have it. See if they have it. Because most of this stuff is the blind leading the blind, you know. They haven't been to any school of theology and divinity, and they're about as well read of the Bible as you are. They don't know anything, and they just say anything. Like this dude, also, he gets all kinds of money from, you know, because he's a pastor, whatever that means. But also you have all these right-wing groups that support him and stuff like that. I mean, he's making a racket, really, you know. I wouldn't be mad if it was a hustle, but he believes this vomit. you know, and there he was. Also in the 1990s, that rally that they were showing that the dude was at, and the Latina reporter was asking, "Are you a racist?" I mean, that was in the 1990s. So he's been like hugged up with white people forever. Whenever I was first exposed to him, I just thought, where's your family? Like, do you have, like, it's got to be, you're not just existing autonomously on the earth. Even if your family is all dead, whatever, there's some family someplace, you know, an extended family and things like that. And I don't know anybody that's related to him, you know, or associated with him as far as on a, you know, on a like personal family type piece, you feel me? And I just wonder, where do black people like this come from? Where do you have to go? And he's in his 70s. So your bitch ass was here for the whole civil rights era at the very least. Where do some black people get this from, that they can completely, like, what's your experience? Now, I accept, you know, as someone who's lived across the country, there's a different level of experience with white people and their evil from our people, depending on your geographics. I get that. But that's only going to be to a certain point. Because you still have social media, you still have regular media, and this is just like a known thing. So who do you have to be? I mean, he goes out of his way to only say disparaging things about African people and then speak about them as if he's not African. I'll just give you a taste of another piece, just so you could really, just to really drive that point home. Just so you could see him in action, like, you know, is this it? I didn't have me to do that. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of lag.
The father state has.
Is this it? Yeah. No, this isn't the best. But there's still value because it goes with the point we're on. I wanted to extend it to
But a priest is somebody who's selling.
This is an interview that he's doing with another pastor.
Ever heard that once you go black, you can't go back?
Wait.
Once you go black, you can't go back.
Wait.
Black don't crack. Is that true?
I think so.
He's asking a white man, is that true? That black don't crack.
Have you ever heard that once you go black, you can't go back? Don't take the risk.
I must have heard black don't crack.
Yeah, you have to.
Right, right.
And you have to have heard once you go black, you can't go back.
No, I don't think I've ever heard that.
Ask your congregation.
My congregation's Latino.
They know.
They do know.
Oh, yeah.
But that would have to be, once you go brown, you stay around.
That's right. Once you go brown, you hang around.
What happens when you go white?
Get back. When you go white,
when you go white, you die.
Get back.
You say good night.
That's right. That's amazing. In Los Angeles, priests were called father.
Well, it's a funny thing. You have priests and you have ministers, right? So
just need the first few minutes of this.
all priests are also ministers, but a priest is somebody who celebrates Mass or celebrates the Eucharist, and not all churches do that. Right.
How do you feel when people call you father?
It depends on who's doing it.
Are you like, I'm not old enough to be your father?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Are you called by God to be a priest, or is it something you volunteer to do?
Do you see how lethargic he is? He's not intelligent, dude. He's not an intellectual. He's not smart. He's not even articulate. Like, I cannot with this dude. But that's all the more telling, you see, because he's not sophisticated. So just that he spews the white supremacist talking points and this right-wing vomit, they love Jesse Peterson. It's a sick thing, man. I'm still trying to find a way to articulate I don't even know how to even tell it to you.
You feel a calling, right? And so in my case, I felt a calling deep within me. This happened after many years. I was already
Want to get to the main meat and potatoes.
In my 30s and 40s. So I'm not presumptuous enough. When I was like 15, I wrote a letter to my father, spirituality with this call to make connection. So I'm not presumptuous enough to say that's a call by God, because that's too big and mysterious.
Right.
I felt a definite calling. It was a call to be of service, It was a call to make connection and to join my spirituality with the spirituality of other people.
You could just feel it in your body?
Yeah, sure.
How old were you at the time when you first felt it?
When I was like 15, I wrote a letter to my father saying I thought I wanted to become a man of the cloth. The call, I thought I wanted to be a priest.
Amazing. And so you've never been married?
Well, you can marry in my church.
Oh, you can?
You sure?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In fact, my church is gay friendly. I can marry a man.
You can marry a man?
In my church.
Have you ever done it?
I've officiated at the marriage.
But you never married one?
No, I've never been married.
Oh, okay. And no children or anything?
No.
Do you regret not getting married, having children now that you're older?
Well, and I'm gay.
You're gay?
Yes.
You don't look gay.
We come in all shapes and sizes, brother.
You see that? It's so fake, dude. Like, I can't. But the value of this is because there he is, the caller that he hung up on, are you gay? Are you a beta male and all the bullshit? So now you're up here kikiing with this white ass father, in quotations, and now he tells you that he's gay, and then you're just not like, using the sword of Christ and the blood of Jesus and all.
So you're gay?
And they laugh.
I'm gay.
I didn't know you were gay.
Yeah, well, I just told you.
How did you become gay?
One doesn't become gay. One is born that way.
Does God know you're gay?
I believe so.
Did he make you that way?
Does God know you're... We're not going to see much of this. I just needed to show that because of the hypocritical nature of it.
That's my opinion.
You think that God made you gay?
I have no, I don't know I'm not going to be presumed to plumb the depths of the Most High, but yes, I've been gay as long as I can remember.
And so, have you been with men?
Of course.
Like sexually?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
And so have you, Jesse.
This is mind-blowing for you?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I never expected a priest and a father of Epiphany Church to be gay.
But you're a pastor. It tells itself. All right, I've made the point. Now, I also wanted to pull an article because this will tell us, at least give us some sort of a window into what are white people saying, you see, and by extension, the right-wing bastards and all of it. Let's see. I'm hearing my fan. Getting real nervous. Let's see which one. I don't really know where to begin, so we will go with one because I don't know any. Well, here, maybe this one's a good one. Because this is from the Pixie people. No, I'm not accepting any damn anything. Ugh. I can't. Alright, here's one. Lee Peterson, radio host. Tweeted the false and baseless claim that diversity and inclusion based on race, gender, sexual orientation, or any other physical attribute is a cancer on American culture. He tweeted that diversity and inclusion based on race, gender, and sexual orientation is a cancer on American culture. Called the advancement of the Pixies' rights an attack on man and woman, and are evil, the children of the lie. They're pushing for no gender. They don't want you to identify as a man or a woman, he said. All true. After sniper fire encouraged children to read because it teaches compassion for others, told his radio listeners to not let their children read the Harry Potter books. Quote, if that is true, immediately stop your children from reading Harry Potter. If it's true that reading Harry Potter causes kids to be more open to immigrants and rainbow people, again, immigrants, again, that's a right-wing talking point. He always has to get that in some kind of way. Then you're going to pay for brainwashing, traumatizing, turning your children away from good towards evil. I would shut down those books right away if that's true. Then he complained that married same-sex couples using the words husband and wife and have forced straight couples to use partner to describe their spouses. Again, we accept truth no matter what the source. That's true. And to that point, I just want to say, you know, it used to be a time when you could say, like, as a male, you could be like, oh, who's homeboy? Oh, that's my partner right there. You know, you can't say that now unless you're going to spend 10 minutes explaining. No, I don't mean partner like that. Like, that's just my homie. You feel me? I mean, we're just having to augment our language because of these fucking people, and I'm over that. So there's truth in that. About presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg, the bastard said, you have a homosexual, a radical homosexual running for president. And that's all true. And no one seems to care. No one is rebuking him. And he even, well, you didn't rebuke the fucking bastard you were just sitting up there across from, kikiing with. No rebuking going on. Didn't see any holy water, no calling the blood of Jesus, just didn't see it. And he even flaunts his so-called husband with no shame, kissing him in public, and people applauding like it's real. They call a man husband like it's real. It's shocking. Called Rosie O'Donnell a fat demon from hell who hates men. Quote, she tends to go down to the gates of hell and she oils up and gets her demon instructions, and then she comes out and she puts hell out on earth, and then she goes back underground into hell, then she comes back. This woman hates President Trump because he is not afraid of her. I didn't see that coming. Didn't see him defending Trump coming. Just didn't see it coming. Got through the gates. Got to be vigilant. Didn't see it coming. Did not see that coming. Damn it, it'll get you every time. She hates President Trump because he is not afraid of her. He stands up to her. He calls it as he sees it, and she hates men. Rosie O'Donnell, in my opinion, hates men. Said gays and lesbians should not be allowed to adopt children, and said he doesn't know how or why anyone would trust children with lesbians and homosexuals who call themselves to be married, because they are very violent towards each other, especially the so-called lesbian couples. Lesbians are really violent in their relationships. How much more of this? Okay, not much. Wait, is that part of it? No. Okay, we're almost done. Said radical homosexuals with a perverted lifestyle have destroyed the black family. Claimed President Obama commuted the sentence of whistleblower Chelsea Manning because Obama seems to have a weakness. He seems to identify in a way that I've not seen a man identify. I'm not calling him homosexual because I don't know that at all. No, you're just too afraid to go that far, you punk bitch. I mean, if you're going to do it, then just do it. You feel me? Did you see him punk out? I'll just read it again. President Obama commuted the sentence of whistleblower Chelsea Manning because Obama seems to have a weakness. He seems to identify in a way that I've not seen a man identify. I'm not calling him homosexual because I don't know that at all. I don't know if something happened in his childhood or what it is, but he has some type of issue going on that causes him to identify with these types of people in a way that I've never seen before in my life, except when I was on my knees sucking the white devil's penis. Never seen it before in my life. Just hadn't seen it. I can't. But wait, let's get to this other jewel. Got to do this. This is requisite. If I don't do this, the earth will stop. It will stop. Get rid of that. Bring this in. Because this is now the Jesse Peterson in the making. And I hope that I can find the comment that I sent to this dumb bitch. Where are we now? Haha. Get a bitch. Now, a shout out to Original Hebrew S, because I don't know if you sent me this or I seen it. Or I don't know. Boom, there's my comment, y'all. Allahu Akbar. Well, let you hear her, and then I'll read my comment. Allahu Akbar.
I've never once had a white person tell me that I'm less than because of the color of my skin. I've never once had a white person...
Wait, first of all, I can't let that go. Because of the color of my skin, that told me everything I needed to know. Even, just the opening sentence too, but I'm just saying, once you got the skin, I knew. You feel me? That's it.
And tell me that there was something wrong with my hair. I've never once had a white person tell me that I was too big. I've never once had a white person even tell me really that I was too loud, and I probably am. I've never once had those things, but my community has labeled me those things and told me that my skin color was ugly and told me that my hair was nappy and told me that they don't date black girls and told me that I was too loud and told me that I was too much. So when I was raised with white people, a ton of white people.
She was raised with a ton of white people, but black people told her so when we were around these black people in order to be told, so no, but we'll just hear it.
The only black kid in a lot of situations, and I never once was demeaned for it.
By the way, I've told you guys over the year about this bitch I went to school with named Stephanie. I'm not saying it white enough. Stephanie. Anyways, she was one of the color guard of our marching band. Her hair was that long. That was too long. Damn it. And she's as dark as this do-rag. Beautiful skin. But day one I met her, I could not stand her. Because of this very thing. She just knew she was white. And this chick, some of her way kind of reminds me of Stephanie. Go on.
If anything, my white friends think that I'm so cool. They think I should run for the freaking mayor of their town. And I'm not.
My white friends think I'm so cool. As long as you shed all your blackness and be their black wench whore. They just accept me for all that I am. It's the black people that don't like me because I'm a white bitch. A black bitch trying to be white. Can't imagine why my people would hate me. Oh my God. But let's go on.
I'm not even lying. I didn't learn oppression. I didn't learn victim mentality until I started listening to my black friends.
Which means your parents didn't raise you at all. You were raised in a white orphanage, apparently. And you heard nothing about anything at all. Okay. Just wanted to get the details.
And that's flat out. I know people don't want to hear it, but let's talk about it. Tell me what you think.
Girl,
Oh, and this is another one I sent the nasty message to.
with you, and it's crazy because I haven't even said.
We'll just hear Stephanie again. Stephanie. And it goes with this too. Stephanie. That's required. You have to do that in order to say it, or you're not allowed to say it.
Never once had a white person tell me that I'm less than because of the color of my skin. Never once had a white person tell me that there was something wrong with my hair. I've never once had a white person tell me that I was too big. I've never once had a white person even tell me really that I was too loud, and I probably am. I've never once had those things, but my community has labeled me those things and told me that my skin color was ugly and told me that my hair was nappy and told me that they don't date black girls and told me that I was too loud and told me that I was too much.
Sounds like somebody's trying to make a justification for having a white devil on her arm. I'm sure she's got a white dude. And this is to try to convince her and others of her self-hating move, her self-hating choice. You see, this feels like that to me.
So when I was raised with white people, a ton of white people. I was the only black kid in a lot of situations, and I never once was demeaned for it. If anything, my white friends think that I'm so cool. They think I should run for the freaking mayor of their town. And I'm not even lying. I'm not even lying. She had to say that twice. Anybody that says, I'm not even going to lie, or I'm not even lying, or this is the one that sends me right into the ICU. If I'm being honest, stay away from those people in life, everybody. Because that means truth is not a natural part of your foundation. You never hear those words come out of me. Ever. Ever. You would never hear that. I didn't learn oppression. I didn't learn victim mentality.
She didn't learn oppression.
Until I started listening.
And victim mentality. These are all right-wing talking points, by the way. No doubt she's a Republican.
To my black friends. And that's flat.
She's just another Candace Owens.
I know people don't want to hear it, but let's talk about it. Tell me what you think.
Nah, bitch. You the one bringing it. But here's what I said to her. I said, because I think there was more. Oh, my first one I said, I'm not surprised because I'm not surprised because I'm only being exposed to you for the first time today. And to me, there's nothing black about you except your skin. And you're obviously angry because the community has rejected you. So you should just stay over there with the white people and be happy. We're good over here. Then I was still feeling like I didn't get all my venom out. So, of course, I had to go again. And I said, white people always are excited to embrace black people who are who are oblivious to their true identity. So you join the ranks of Ben Carson and Clarence Thomas and Jesse Lee Peterson and a whole host of other melanated people who are not part of the black community. So, of course, they want you to run for mayor and all of that. I'm always astonished at the level of blindness that expressed by individuals like yourself. It's all very sad. Had to have my say. She's a dumb bitch is what she is. Do you understand? And the whole provocation for her video probably is because she's with some white demon. She got a dirty look from somebody, or somebody said something. She's also bitter because no matter what white dude she got, invariably she's going to be out in public and she's going to see some bomb ass looking black dude. That's not, you can't avoid that. And she is eaten up inside that she can never have that brother. She can't relate to him. And then if she try to approach, he's not, once, even if he thinks she look a type of way, once she start talking, he's going to be like, nah, that's not it right there. You feel me? So she's a bitter bitch. And it's, I mean, she's just locked herself into an eternal prison. And there she is in a room all by herself. Nobody asked her to say this. But it always kills me, these Negroes that feel like they have to defend Massa when Massa is nowhere near. Massa ain't nowhere around. And you got to come defend Massa. To who, bitch? For what? For what? For what? You made the video. Let's talk about it. No, I don't need to talk about it. I'm good. I'm real good. You talk about it, bitch. Go dream about it. You know me? You know. Wow. I can't. I won't. Damn it. Let's talk about it. And by the way, as fate would have it, because only problems know me in life, this Stephanie bitch that I was telling you about, don't you know one of my sisters became friends with her? Because me and my sister Jamila, we look, well, my whole family, we all look alike. But me and my sister Jamila, like, I know there's people I knew or became friends or became aware of because I look like her. They'd be like, aren't you Jamila's brother? And then same thing with her. She knows people that I knew simply because she looks like me. She could be someplace and they'd be like, aren't you the Jedi's brother or sister? So this was one of those things. So she met Stephanie. And of course, she's with some white dude. And what killed us, we were always laughing behind her back because she's got her little mixed babies. And one of them, his name is Takeas. But to hear her say it, you would hate this child eternally. Takeas. And it comes with, suddenly there's a list. Takeas. It has to, like that, you know, what? And then she always has to bring Takeas into something where you know this little boy couldn't have done that. Like when he was probably like one years old or something like that. Like really, really just still a stinker. And we would all be saying something or laughing about something. And she would just make up something like Takeas said such and such. We knew it was ridiculous. So outside of her presence, we had this ongoing joke. Let's say I call one of my sisters or something like that. I'm like, you know such and such because Takeas told me. Takeas said it. Takeas. It was Takeas. It was Takeas. And we would just cry laughing over it. But she is like this bitch right here. You feel me? I can't. Wait, is this the other one?
You know, but I can't stand this world for real. So they're making it illegal to be homeless.
No, that's not what I want. I want that, but not for this stream.
If they talk about Black Americans,
Ya Allah.
I've never once had a
Okay. Oh, I'm not ready to move into that yet. Oh, that's gonna be juicy. Oh, haha, Allahu Akbar. Now, going with this theme that I'm on now. we're seeing more and more, the rise in this new black dude who is Republican online. You know, their support. You know, one dude I know, he does a bunch of Second Amendment stuff, and but to help you identify them when you are seeing them, or maybe you've heard them and you didn't know, if they talk about anything, they always mention the left, or that's leftist. As soon as you hear that, that's one of them people. Some of you, the bell just rang. You went, oh yeah, I have seen some of these motherfuckers. That's one of your tall tale clues. As soon as they say that, there's that. They are Trump supporters. I don't know a whole lot of brothers that wear their baseball cap to the back. It's here and there, but this is standard because white dudes wear their hat to the back because they don't look like a damn with it back or front, but they wear their hat to the back, and these dudes are even doing that. They so desperately want to be that. They use the same phraseologies as these dudes. They even try to dress like them. Who was it? This guy, I was looking up something for technology. Did I save it? And this was just a tutorial, if I make no mistake, or it was a review or something, but he represents that even. But I'm just trying to illustrate to you this class of dude that's out there now that we're seeing more increasingly.
Again, what you were saying. Doing it again.
Oh. Where did I save it? Aha, Allahu Akbar. But we're seeing more and more of that. Like, I mean, we know that for years they've been trying to recruit, more black people to try to be a part of the Republican Party. You have the Candace Owen bitch out there, Kanye West is spewing that vomit. There he was, sitting on Trump's lap and proclaiming him the king of everything when he went to the White House. I did a full piece on it here on the channel. Ultimately, none of that shit matter to us because, as I've said to you, there aren't two parties. So the Republicans trying to recruit black people is just for their numbers, because they don't have the numbers to elect anybody at all. And Trump even said that now, finally. I highlighted that for you. I've been saying it for years, but he said it. He was by telephone to Fox News, and this was during the time they were doing the stimulus package, and he was saying the first one that they had sent him, he said, I'd send that back. He goes, if you saw some of the stuff in there about voting, he goes, there's no way a Republican would ever be elected to anything ever again in this country. Boom. I didn't need it, but there it was. Because I've been telling you, there's about 5 Republicans, just about 5 of them. And Republicans represent the out of the closet angry white devil. Everybody else is just faking and grinning in your face. But they're just out of the closet with their fucking hatred and evil. So, but they don't have enough numbers to elect anybody to anything. So this is why you have all of the games being played with voting, especially when it concerns their side, because they don't have enough people to vote for anything. For all the rallies you're going to see and thousands of people at a Trump rally and all, that's fine. But that doesn't equal enough people to vote for anybody to get anybody elected. This is why they must have the Electoral College. Without the Electoral College, the out of the closet hate ass white devil, they will have no more political future at all. It's over for them. It's over. And what I know for sure is that white people still, at their core, I've always told you, politics doesn't really matter so much to them. It's personal. You know, you're seeing it as just issues and stuff like that. They see it as personal and whiteness. So, I even saw a dude, and maybe it's going to be in one of these clips I'm going to play you of this shuffler. But, this guy says, in case I don't find it, he says, they're saying that Trump, because one of the people testified at the January 6 hearings, that Trump was throwing a fit in the presidential limousine. He tried to grab the wheel of the vehicle, which I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe it wasn't in the presidential limousine, because how you gonna not? But anyway, and he was demanding to be taken back to the Capitol building. They were like, "Mr. President, you're going to the White House, like we can't." And it was just a whole. He goes, "I'm the president, bitch," or something like this. This lady's testifying, and so the dude that's doing the video says, names all the shit. He goes, "If that's true, then I'm definitely in for Trump 2024, because that's the type of leadership I want." He wasn't being funny, and he meant it. But my point for bringing that is because that's how white people feel. That all this Trump says on his mind, what's on his mind? Their thing is, yeah, whiteness. We get to fucking go out and hate everybody. Like, fucking, yeah. You know, that's what it's about for them. They felt it with Bush, but he didn't really give it over to them publicly the way they want it. You know, they want it in your face and shit. And so this is why this is part of the appeal of Trump. But I want you to see some of the pieces from this shuffler first, because it's a montage that I could show you. Ha ha, here's the bitch here of the story I was just telling you about. So let's see that first. Just a second. Hope it's loud enough, y'all. I can't control the volume on these. Hear this.
Tony described him as being irate. The president said something to the effect of, "I'm the effing president, take me up to the Capitol now." To which Bobby responded, "Sir, we have to go back to the West Wing." The president reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel. We're going back to the West Wing. We're not going to the Capitol." Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards Bobby Engel. And when Mr. Renato had recounted this story to me, he had motioned towards his clavicles. Tony described him as being irate.
Okay, let's begin of it again. You see? This is at the January 6th hearings. Could you imagine, I asked rhetorically, if we were hearing this about Obama or Michelle or even one of the girls, they did something that was, oh my God. But this was the conduct from this white devil who was president. It's all out savagery for these people. I'm telling you, no rules and civility and none of that shit, that don't matter, everybody. It doesn't. So you need to put that shit down too. Because it don't matter. It don't. They not serious. It's some bullshit. It's just meant to hold you the fuck back. You understand? That's all it is. It's nothing else. Now, let's see our first in a series from this shuffler and his disaster for a wife. Literally, he has to be propped up. These are very short, many of them. You're going to have to listen carefully because some of them are just a soundbite. This one He literally goes, what do I do next? Or what do I do now? He's coming off of Air Force One somewhere. Red carpet, all of it. It's official. It's an official trip, you know. And hear this. Hear it again. What am I doing now? I mean, white mediocrity over black excellence is just, that's what they're here for. Obama was a brilliant writer and obviously a gifted speaker. And it is standard procedure for any lecturer. Certainly, you're the president of the United States, you're an ambassador, you're a dignitary, whatever, a foreign minister. You want to have your speech also on your damn teleprompter, just in case. You could spill coffee on the hard copy. You could lose it. We don't know. But you need that teleprompter. And they bitched the entire term of his presidency. Well, Obama has to read a teleprompter. Really, bitch? Because he kind of wrote it. He kind of wrote it. So not understanding the charge other than you're white evil. But wait. There's more. Is there another way you can do this, Jedi, that's more expeditious? Alas, there is. Hear the wife of the shuffler now. I want to lay foundation for something.
With the understanding that the diversity of this community, as distinct as the bodegas of the Bronx.
Bodegas. Bitch, it's bodega. Bogota.
As beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio.
Just wrong, white bitch. Doesn't matter. White privilege.
Is your strength.
Hear it again now. Bogota. It's bodega.
With the understanding that the diversity of this community, as distinct as the bodegas of the Bronx.
I can't even hear it anymore. My ears are bleeding. Wait, I think I could play these all in succession. Where am I at? There, 2, 3. 2. Yeah, we good. A Bogota, everybody. A Bogota, bitch. A Bogota.
With the understanding that the diversity of this.
To respond to the pandemic, including donating more than 1 million doses of COVID-19 to the West Bank and Gaza.
You heard it.
To respond to the pandemic, including donating more than 1 million doses.
Doses of what? I'm sure he's going to say vaccine, and just sure he's going to say that. Go shuffler.
Of COVID-19.
Didn't see it coming. Just did not see that coming. More.
Mr. President?
No, the question was for the president. And
Mr. President, do you want to call on the next question?
So whoever the dignitary is up there with has to try and help him out. You know, I know he's standing there going, "Are you fucking serious?" But.
Sure. I was given a list here.
You didn't give me a list here. Wait.
Steve Holland of Reuters.
They gave me a list here. Like you're not supposed to. They told me who to call on. I have a list, so it's not like, all right, so and so. That's how you're supposed to at least act it out. Just act like, you feel me? Let's see, you know, but you already know who you're going to call. But no, not the shuffler. Hear it again.
No, the question was for the president.
And then the whole turning of the body to look at anything. This is gone. That's out. This now. All right?
Mr. President, do you want to call on the next question?
Sure. I was given a list here.
I was given a list.
Steve Holland of Reuters.
I was given a list here. Steve Holland of Reuters. I'm over it.
Since you are the president of the National Women's Law Center, I was hoping that you could define what a woman is for us.
Oh, this is not the shuffler. Damn it, I'll play it because you already seen it.
In this committee hearing.
Well, as the president of the National Women's Law Center,
But it is a sellout as black bitch. So let us understand.
you can imagine I say woman a lot in my day job.
Okay, so I'm just asking for the definition.
So what I'll tell you is I am a woman. That's how I identify.
Okay.
No, bitch, that's what you are. You see? Like, because we know. You can send anybody else up there, but we black folks, we know we didn't come up with this bullshit. We did not do that. Nope, not over here. So, she got this from white people. But there she is with this vomit when it's not even important to what's being discussed.
But I wonder, however, if in part the reason that you're asking a question is that you're trying
No,
to...
he just asked the question, bitch. You're the one reading into why he's asking the question and what could this mean and where's the sun in relation to the moon in the sky at this moment and shit. No, just answer the question, whore.
To suggest that people
I am simply asking the question and I simply want an answer.
And so I think it's actually really important to be very clear here that
She's trying to score points with these meaningless ass fucking people when it's not even the fucking subject. You see, again, it's that whole massa not even here, but let me defend massa.
there are people who identify as non-binary. I think
Okay,
about
all right.
5% of young
We're not
people
going to go there. I was hoping maybe you would. I was hoping that maybe you would say something that maybe we learned in high school biology that has to do.
But
with
you didn't and you couldn't.
chromosomes, but which define male and female. But I guess we're not going to get there.
Love the shade. Still a white devil. Love the shade, though. Love it, love it, love it. But I guess we're not going to get there.
10 years old. And she was forced to have to travel out of the state to Indiana to seek to terminate the presidency and maybe save her life.
She had to seek to terminate the presidency, everybody. Because that's what 14-year-olds do. They terminate the presidency. Well, you heard it yourself. We'll just hear it again.
10 years old.
And look at the cackler standing behind him. That's all she does is stand there looking like we about to do a mission. We about to do a mission. Where's my blunt? We about to do a mission. That she always looks like that. Look. But here.
And she was forced to have to travel out of the state to Indiana to seek to terminate the presidency and maybe save her life. 10 years old.
10 years old.
And she was forced to have to travel out of the state to Indiana to seek to terminate the presidency and maybe save her life.
God love her. She just go out of the state to terminate the presidency. You have to love the bravery.
It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote.
End of quote.
Repeat the line.
Repeat the line. You're not supposed to read that part. But he's such a disaster that he read it and then repeated it.
Women are not without electoral and or political or maybe precise, not and or.
Look, because wait, let me be precise. As if he really wanted to make the point. No, bitch, you fucked up. I mean, this is what is walking around or shuffling around. I'm sorry. Suggest fact, not in evidence. This is what is shuffling around the earth, proclaiming it's the president of your damn nation, of their nation.
Political power. That's another way of saying that you, the women of America, can determine the outcome of this issue. I don't think the court, or for that matter, the Republicans.
Meanwhile, there she is. We're on a mission. About to do a mission. Dr. Mission. You would think she would tap him or cover for him in some sort of way. She's supposed to be the vice president, I'm told. Like, I can't.
Tony described him as being irate.
You know, after I watched the January 6th hearings today with this
This is what I just told you about. Oh my God. Damn it, Jedi.
You know, after I watched the January 6th hearings today with this Cassidy Hutchinson, it's time we had a real honest talk about Donald Trump. If he's yelling, I'm the president, bitch, and he's fighting Secret Service members, trying to hijack the beast, throwing burgers and fries all over the White House, breaking plates, then he's earned my vote in 2024. That's the kind of leadership we need.
No, because I told you, they're always, it's about who they like to have a beer with and shit. You know, America's never going to be what it could be and what it says it is on paper until white people are no longer able to vote in this bitch. But here now, watch the shuffler look like a 3-year-old not knowing what to do or where to go or where he is. Look. Oh, damn it. Wait.
No, the question was for the president.
Since you are the president.
10 years old. It is noteworthy.
Tony described him as being irate.
You know, after I watched the
He's just standing there. No idea what to do or where he's at. But this is the piece of shit that they all suspended their campaigns and quickly ran behind Joe Biden to stop Bernie at all costs for the love of God, save humanity, and stop Bernie for this. Then it starts again. Just to confuse.
What do you say to Democratic voters who are
perfect?
Argue, wait a minute.
Because we have to get her in with the shuffler.
We worked really hard to elect a Democratic president and vice president. Democratic-led House.
Look, she's already,
A Democratic-led Senate. Do it now.
But do what now?
But do what now? Like, this is her thing. Like, she always, like she has no clue that she's even supposed to be vice president. And I didn't really hear the question. And, like, she just laid her question out very clearly. Do what now? Do what now? I just put down my blunt and snorted a line. Wait, time out. What?
What now? I mean, listen.
We need listen.
What we did? We extended the child tax credit for the first year.
Sorry, when I say
she says that like as if it's the first ingredient in a fucking cake or something. Like, that don't have shit to do with nothing, and it's over. There is no more child tax credit.
They do what? Yeah. Do it now.
Yeah.
Act legislatively to make abortion rights legal.
We feel the same way. Do it now. Congress needs to do it now in terms of permanently putting in place a clear indication that it is the law of the land that women have the ability and the right to make decisions about their reproductive care, and the government does not have the right to make those decisions for a woman.
What do you say to
You have to see the do what again?
Democratic voters who argue, wait a minute, we worked really hard to elect a Democratic president and vice president, Democratic-led House, a Democratic-led Senate. Do it now.
But do what now?
But do what now? She's dead ass. But do what now? Next one.
We're going to seize their yachts, their luxury homes, and other ill-begotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kleptocracy and the guys who are the kleptocracies. But these are bad guys. This legislative package strengthens our law enforcement capabilities. We're going to seize their yachts, their luxury homes, and other ill-begotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah.
Speak can be a cute trick, and actually is part of the process your dog needs to know to get them
perfect.
to be quiet when asked.
And they're not going to let me read it all.
I'll let you, here, you can start us off.
Now, I want you to juxtapose this to any image of Michelle and Barack. At the very least, they were interesting to look at and to observe and listen to. Hear this.
Can you, here,
Can I
I'll
read
let
backwards?
Her read the first page. Go ahead.
As soon as they bark, get excited and praise them or give them a treat.
Happy, happy Easter.
Watch, she has to say, wave.
All right.
Wave, wave. I mean...
Say bye-bye! Okay, just stay.
She's telling me just sit, don't move.
Moment. Sit.
She's like, just stay.
Stay. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Good job.
Look. And that's probably a Secret Service agent in the damn bunny costume. Like, take your bitch ass over there. I mean, he's a total catastrophe, everybody. This dude is not fit to be president or anything else, quite frankly. Hear this one now.
Imagine had the tobacco industry been immune to prostitute being sued.
To prostitute to being sued. I mean, he's just, I mean...
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine what the tobacco industry would have happened if prostitutes were immune to being sued. The world would have been a totally different place, right, Joe? I've been talking with Hunter too much.
Imagine had the tobacco industry been immune to prostitute being sued. And I'm deeply proud of the work she's doing as First Lady with Joining Forces initiative. She started with Michelle Obama when she was Vice President, and now...
She started with Michelle Obama when she was Vice President. So, either way, he's fucked up. Because either Jill was Vice President or Michelle was Vice President. So, I don't understand.
Carries on. And I'm deeply proud of the work she's doing as First Lady with Joining Forces initiative. She started with Michelle Obama when she was Vice President and now carries on.
Wow. Not to mention, I couldn't find the clip, but there's another one where he goes on and on about this commencement speech that he gave and tells a little incidental story about it as well. He's never made a commencement speech.
Let's get something straight. You remember, if you covered me from the very beginning, I did not say that, in fact, the sanctions would deter him. Sanctions never deter.
He also has this affinity with the word in fact. It's like a bridge word for him. I never did say that in fact. It's always misplaced, dude, and you heard an example of it there.
You keep talking about that. Sanctions never deter.
Sanctions never deter, roll it.
The president believes that sanctions are intended to deter, and in order for them to work to deter, they have to be set up in a way where if Putin moves, then the costs are imposed.
But sanctions don't deter. But they do.
All right, this is my favorite video I've seen in a
Now, after we hear this, because I don't know which one is next, then I do want to. It's going to be important to go to a special piece that I need to show you. It's prophetic, and you're going to love this.
long time. It's like Kamala was asked to read a book on time and do a book report in front of the class, and she absolutely didn't read the book. So, without further ado,
The governor and I, and we were all doing a tour of the
That swallowing I told you guys about that she does. We were all, and it's fake. It's when she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. I'm surprised she didn't do it in the Jessica Gellin interview, because when you really corner her and she wants to seem like you're the one I gotta like you know what I'm talking about, like I really do have a bunch of receipts on you, which you don't have nothing, and she'll come with, because what we did, right, is we did the song, like that little, what we did, right, is we did the child tax credit, and then we did the so-and-so, as if there's this, all this, I mean, I can't with her, dude.
library here.
Went to the library, didn't read a book.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time.
Significant.
Look, and shows does this like, it's some bullshit, but believe it. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? The significance of the passage of time.
Say it more serious.
So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of
reword
what
it.
we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time when we think
Saying
about
it again,
a
it's significant.
day in the life of our children.
Oh my God. Wow, she is just... That was so significant.
Because Joe Biden knows how to run this country. And he knows that the economy is off. And Joe Biden knows. And we're going to get that infrastructure bill done. And we're going to get Republicans come along with us. And
And there was no way we were ever going to unite Ukraine. I mean, excuse me, Iraq. Afghanistan. No way that was going to happen.
President Putin can't even remember what countries we're in conflicts with.
Hear that again.
And there was no way we were ever going to unite Ukraine. I mean, excuse me, Iraq. Afghanistan.
I'd like to buy a country for $800.
No way that was going to happen.
President Putin can't even remember what countries we're in conflicts with and where they are. Yeah, I feel safe.
And there was no way.
Wait, well...
The entire world is trembling.
Look, he's being led like a 3-year-old. I'm coming to a point, so just watch this now.
With fear as Joe Biden shuffles off stage, looking like a shell of a human being led by his wife because he doesn't know
Shuffling.
where he is. Fantastic. The entire world is trembling with fear as Joe Biden shuffles
Like, don't slip, honey.
off stage, looking like a shell of a human being led by his wife because he doesn't know where he is. Fantastic.
Wait now. Hold your jets.
Parking lot of a fast food restaurant so their children could use the internet to get their homework done. This is the United States of America, for God's sake.
Stick them up for
The United States of America. Somebody put Grandpa back in the home. He can't finish sentences again. Give him some pudding. Shut him up.
Parking lot of a fast food restaurant so their children could use the internet to get their homework done. This is the United States of America, for God's sake.
Okay. Now. Crescendo. Jedi. I put you through all that suffrage. Now, I want you to hear this. Because one has to wonder, Oh, Allah, I almost panicked that I didn't have the clip. One has to wonder, with Kamala's bitch ass.
Would you give a
Wait, don't play a frame of it. I forget how old Joe Biden is. It's relative because he's basically 190. And isn't it interesting what President Ford had to say to some child asking him this back, I guess, probably in the 70s? When was Ford president? I don't know. But hear the specificity of his answer. And ask yourself, because remember, we haven't even gotten to the midterms yet. Joe Biden has been in office a half of a term, bitch. A half of a term.
young lady wanting to become president of the United States?
Well, I hope we do have a young lady.
Now, that would have been enough. We're having problems. That's our first glitch that I'm aware of. All right, here we go. Hear this now.
At some point become president of the United States. I can tell you how I think it will happen, because it won't happen in the normal course of events.
I can tell you how I think it will happen. Then he goes, it won't happen in the normal course of events. So this ain't I think. This is I know. It will not happen in the normal course of events. Go.
Either the Republican or Democrat political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president. And the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, and a vice president, a female. And in that term of office of the president will die. And the woman will become president under the law.
Would you give a young lady wanting to become
We'll just
president
hear
of
it
the
again.
United States?
Well, I hope we do have a young lady at some point become president of the United States. I can tell you how I think it will happen, because it won't happen in the normal course of events. Either the Republican or Democrat political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president. And the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, and a vice president, a female. And in that term of office of the president will die. And the woman will become president under the law.
Would you give a young lady?
Looks like we're set up for that exact scenario right now. Precisely that. He's blundering. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what time of day it is. He doesn't know anything. And maybe Kamala knows something about his medical that we don't know, and she's just waiting for his ass to die. Not that will mean anything, because she's not showing anything that would make us feel like, oh God, we'd be so lucky if we get her as the president. You know. Now, we want to switch gears a little bit now. And well, before I switch gears, let me come to you first and see who's here. and what you all have to say about things thus far. We 3 people need a thumbs up. We're doing real good on the thumbs up, everybody. Appreciate it. We got 3 people that just didn't remember, and you need to hit the like button. Hit the thumbs up, everybody. Thumbs up. Where are we now? We're just going to try first. Allison, have you seen the Pan-African flag on Amazon's front page? No. I'm never on Amazon. I have no occasion to be there, but I will check it out now that you've made me aware of it. And why that's as much. I don't know what their normal page looks like or anything. Douglas, Jesse, shout out to you. Jack Uptone, good to see you. Good to see your name. I haven't seen it in a while here. Yes, I love Umar too, Allison. He has been compromised though. Mellow. Don't know the acronym, but shout out to you. I don't know. You spare me the acronyms, y'all, because I have to read everybody's comment, and I'm not a teenager, so that's usually that young ass crowd. Just type the shit you mean. Don't give me no acronyms. Please don't. Please don't. Allison, I need to make hot tea for this. Righteous, you say they always dig up a person's past to accuse them and demonize you. That's why he is the accuser of the brethren. Moki, shout out to you. He definitely is, and he's 70 something. Yeah, I think they said he's 73, Moki. Allison, you say Uncle Ruckus is worse. I don't know. It's gonna be real close. The judges will have to make that decision. I can't get into it. Moki, that's a fact, Jedi. I always thought that he was on drugs during his interview. Yeah, he's on something. Or maybe he's had a stroke. I don't know. Like he's just a total disaster. Mello says, I've never seen this guy before. Well, I'm glad I could bring him. You know, you remember at the beginning, I was like, well, just in case there's somebody who doesn't know who he is, let me just give you a little bit of his dossier. So there's more, but that's him. Anjane, shout out to you, Queen. Anjane 23, a big shout out to you. Allison, the Marxist thing, righteous. Uncle Ruckus, he definitely has a glazed over look in the eyes, like he's in a trance, a type of get out kind of way. And then I've never seen him with a smile. He doesn't have a sense of humor. He's just an asshole, dude. Like, it's just all about, he's bought into this, I can't with him, man. Like, I need to just hear about that dude having a very horrible death and shit. Wallahi, I would film myself just doing fucking cartwheels up and down my street. In just my underwear. I'd do that. I'd do that. Gary Taylor, shout out to you. Reverend James Cleveland has sugar in his tank. and then some. A lot of them, you know, you go into these Christian churches and, you know, and I'm gonna blame them for a lot of this. I just decided this right now. I'm gonna blame the black Christian church for a lot of these dudes wearing all these fucking tight ass fucking leggings and shit and thinking that that's fine. Like your shirt, your fucking blazer sleeves are up to here, and it looks like you are wearing, like they shrunk your suit at the cleaner. That's exactly how it looks when somebody shrinks your fucking suit at the cleaners. And this goes on in the Christian church. I'm blaming them. There, I did it. I did it. That's how it happened. I know that part of our problem is that the electronics are getting hot. Because even my phones are warm, my tablet is warm. So, bear with me. Oh, there I was. At Gary Taylor. Allison. He can't even speak. Imagine watching his interviews with light people is pure comedy gold. I don't know. I don't know. You said Jedi, that's his Zeddy, which I still don't know what the fuck a Zeddy is. I'm laughing because I heard somebody did that a while back, and I'm like, the fuck is that? What is that? Anjane. Well, this makes perfect sense. Nothing just becomes. There you go. Don't I say that? Moki. Jedi, man, I missed you. Laugh out loud. Over here, you need more punch so you can continue. I'm weak. I gotta have a punch. Sweet D, shout out to you. Mello, you say, me too. That's what I just did. Got me some food. Laugh out loud. Moki crying kitten emojis or crying something. Jack Uptone, good to see your name. Ironically, Jesse always asks every guest at the end of his show, what is a man? Well, it's not his bitch ass. Anjane, ew. You up in a white man's butthole? Now that's just unacceptable and unimaginably disgusting. I believe most of these self-hating black men just love white penis. Quick, bring me water. Oh, bring me whatever killed Elvis. You've been around me too long, damn it. Like, I can't even, like, it's a double negative for me because, A, I'm trying to understand why anybody would be attracted to Jesse Peterson, that's first, and why anybody would be attracted to a white demon, just not understanding. None of it makes sense. But again, he's just like that dumb bitch I showed you. They can't come back over here. You feel me? So, he's going to have him a white demon. That's just it. That's just it. And they said the one black dude bounced, or they never heard from him again. Probably because he found out this is who this dude really is, with all this white supremacist vomit bullshit. And he was like, fuck that, I'm out. Gary. An acronym, Jesse Lee Peterson. I'm going to allow that one because it's in my thumbnail. Would ask married men, are they ahead of their wife? Asked Philip Scott. There's a whole piece here on the channel of me dragging him for filth. Sweet D, this is why I can't take them serious. He playing in Bussy, but got a whole family at home. He ain't got no family. And he probably just sleeps under a rock someplace by himself. Allison, why is this guy exposing Jesse? He is just as gay. Yeah. But apparently something has happened, and now they're exposing Jesse, and the documentary is put on by right-wing white devils. You heard, I highlighted for you how they describe the Black Lives Matter as Marxist. So they're right-wing devils. So what has happened that you are now so up in a bunch that Jesse is gay now, and you need to expose him? Because they always turn on you. You feel me? That's another thing that's in play here. I always tell you, white people always fucking turn on you. And that dumb bitch that we saw earlier talking about, white people I have never been oppressed. I have never this and the third. That's fine, bitch. You're only 5 years old. Wait, it's coming. Watch. It's coming. It's coming. Because they're very good at making you think that you are in. And black people just fall for that shit like this. You stand off from black folks forever. I don't know. But as soon as a white person just even grin at you, they good though, but they good. They nice and stuff. And you declare all their shit perfect. Angeline Arm. They are grown men. Mellow. He was enjoying it. I don't believe him. Yeah, it was all consensual. With you to answer you and Angeline, it was all consensual. So also the fact that they're trying to make it a predator type thing now is very suspicious, because okay, he's gay, but then that's all you're promoting in the fucking society right now. So really, this shouldn't even be a headline. There's that. But then when you have the little fucking pequeño, the little Latino dude, like you don't know what's happening to you. And then the other dude said the same thing. The first dude that was like, I didn't know what's happening. We're in the hotel room, and I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know. You didn't know? Gary Taylor, why didn't any of these victims bother to run out of Jesse's room? Thank you, Gary Taylor. Anjanae, and Angeline, and Mello. Anjanae, so let me get this straight. No pun intended. A man is on his knees, arms wrapped around your waist, rubbing your thigh, and you didn't know what was going on. How old was he when this happened? I think he mentioned it, actually. I think he said he was, well, he's not much older than whatever he is now. I mean, he looks like he's 5 years old now. So he was old enough, goddammit. He wasn't underage, you know. So it just, I mean, nah. I can't. And the same with the dude in the hotel room. You know, when he turned to me and said, "What do you want?" And what did he say? Or no, since I can't remember that one clearly, the other one, the fat fucker that was on the end that said, and he said, "Let me see down there." And I pulled my pants out, and I thought he was seeing if I was going to be shy or something, because I was really, whatever, really? I can't, I can't. And if that's true, are people that fucking weak-minded? They are, but I don't think this is the case here. Y'all wanted it. Y'all did the shit. My question is, why did you want it from Jesse Peterson? Not understanding. Allison, Jesse did something they didn't like, so now they're ganging up on him. Their stories of BS, but hey, he put himself in this situation. He did. But why are the demons turning on him? Because like I said, this shouldn't be a headline, because we're all supposed to be gay and we're all supposed to accept it and support it, because they're being persecuted and they're just, well, they can't go on. Angeline, ooh, Jesse. Righteous. Too much goes on in the Christian church. And think about it. Literally nothing is required of you as a Christian. What have I said to you? There's nothing required of you as a Christian. At fucking all. And they don't go by anything that's in their book. That's out. We don't care about that. They just make the shit up. There's nothing you can't do as a Christian. I asked somebody this one time, like in my real life. I said, I don't know who I was having a conversation. I go, tell me something you're not allowed to do as a Christian. Tell me. They'd stand there and think about it. That made my point. You can raise all manner of hell, even days a week, but come Sunday morning, just say Jesus and proclaim that you're saved too. Gary, and they're all afraid of this black man. Just imagine had this been Rush Limbaugh. Oh, thank God he's dead. Allison, what's on his face? Nobody knows. Righteous. Oh, I read that. Anjane, I shall call him Bussy Lee Peterson from this day forth. He humiliated black people for years. Time to roast his ass. Damn it, I'm getting a little better on that one. I can't be in two places at the same time. I can't work like this. But I'm only at 12%. But I don't have another socket. So there's that detail. You're not going to make it. Righteous indignation. These people gave us this religion to make good evil and evil good. God is not a God of confusion. And it says it right in their own damn book. Anjane, Martin Francis looks like a walking, talking zombie. Is that a bullet hole in his forehead? I just decided I wasn't going to say it while we were, because I would have gone off on it, but when I first watched the clip to know if I was going to bring it to you guys, I was like, the fuck is going on with your damn head? Even when they showed him back in the 1990s out there in that rally, he was bloody from the head. Like, what is going on with your head, dude? You need to work through that first before you are even seen by humanity. Go work out your forehead on both sides. Jack Uptone. Lil Jesse. Mello, I think his wife hit him with a frying pan. Looks like to me. Allison, at night, why are they living together in the first place? They are lying. Angeline, no man is going to let him do that. No straight man. That's what I'm saying. Like, and then the Latin dude was saying I was sitting there like this, and then he was around my waist, and then no, fucker, that's when it ends, bitch. Like, I mean, from there you allowed it, you wanted it. Now you don't get to say victim. I'm sorry, that's down the hall, and I don't think she's in her office till Monday, so you have to wait. So I mean, we can't even. Jack Uptone, Jesse crazy as hell. No, he's fucked up as hell. Angeline, he talks like his brain is mush, right? And his lip looks like, now that you mention it, his lip looks like alcoholic lip. So we just figured that out, Angeline. We found it. We did it. Allison, he looks like bullshit. Diamond Dawn. Shout out to you, Diamond. I can't find it. Anyway, shout out to you, Diamond. M. Florney. The latter. He just effed up. Anjane, this story is so BS. There are no victims, just a bunch of grown-ass gay men willingly having consensual sex, if it's even true. At any rate, he's being destroyed by the same devils he uplifted. Exactly. And I want to see him fall hard and just, I mean, because again, it's not even supposed to be a big deal. I keep reminding us. It's not supposed to be a big deal. And he's self-identifying, you know, and all the bullshit. But then they turn around and weaponize this right now against him. Because it's white people bringing the charge. It's not anybody black. Allison, totally agree. Sweet D, deflection. Mellow, factual. Anjane. Bussy Lee Peterson talks out one side of his face. Talks like one side of his face is paralyzed, and one of his lungs is collapsed. Damn! Not the collapsed lung. How the hell? Damn! I can't. Damn it! How the hell can I can't? Damn it! How the hell can anyone listen to him preach every Sunday? Not the collapsed lung. I can't. Damn. A collapsed lung. Jack Uptone had a conversation with a white demon who knows Jesse. He said Jesse died about a decade ago. We'll file that in the interesting category. M. Forney, my aunt said they, those. My aunt said they, those preachers would holler because they could not read. Wow. I can buy into that. I can buy into that. A lot of illiteracy in the African community, and I could buy into that. Allison, that's not to me. Allison, maybe it's mind control. I'm willing to believe all of it. I mean, he deliberately stays off of anything that would be positive or acknowledging of anything African. It just had, I mean, oh man. Righteous indignation. They worship the false image of the Messiah, the beast. It really is a false religion. Jack uptone to Allison. Allison, mellow, like Tommy. He's embarrassing me. Allison. He's his own deluded person. A distraction. Shouldn't worry about him. Well, but he's very dangerous. You understand? He's very dangerous in the overall scheme of everything, you see? Because I always say this is one thing. We can never see anything as, aside and on its own and not connected. He's part of it. So I feel you, but I'm offering that, it matters. I don't pay any fucking attention to this dude. Once I was exposed to him for probably 5 or 10 minutes, I was like, fuck this dude, I'm over him, and I'm done. I know what he is, and that was it. But he's still very dangerous. M. Forney, he's propositioning. Angeline, he is hitting on that man. I think I know where you said that at. Yeah. The pastor dude. Because otherwise he would have rebuked him in the name of Jesus and, all of this. Sweet D, he's slow. He's beyond slow. Allison, that clip where he deflected the caller's question about his Twitter account is funny as fuck. I know, right? Because that's evidence. And Florney, notice how they pick the dumbest. Zen Green 7. He's a shock jock. Not to be taken seriously. Nah. He's not a shock jock. Because shock jocks are actually entertaining. Wendy Williams is a shock jock. Howard Stern is a shock jock. We can name some shock jocks. This ain't it. This is a Manchurian parasite upon our community who is a sellout ass bitch, and he is trying to achieve some level of grandeur with his imagination that he is beloved by white people, and that he's made a whole enterprise out of denying his very own fucking existence. That's exactly not a shock jock. Jack, whites, I'm not reading. Something else affects something in ways most something never thought about. I don't do acronyms, Jack. Spare me. Allison, he knew he was gay in the interview. They probably fucked the night before. I told you he's trying to pick him up. Zen Green. Jesse is as real as the WWE, and we know that's real. Allison, you're like me, Jedi. I try to avoid the cookie disclosures. Yeah, I'm over it. That must have been when I was doing Kamala. Angeline, she is straight line. That's all she does. Frankie Cardona, good to see you, brother. Tommy says the same thing about the community. I know. I was exposed to him for about 5 minutes when I first came to YouTube, and I'm over his bitch ass. In fact, it wasn't, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it wasn't the Jesse dude that I told you about, the guy that was plagiarizing me on some things, but he had a blunder at the beginning of every fucking video. He was going to see the Tommy dude, and I felt like they had like a little something going on, like a little Rondezvous and stuff, like a little Rondezvous and stuff. Like, I think it was like a Rondezvous. Anyway, black folks give me more problems than anyone else. Because we're always willing to woof on each other, but we don't got no smoke for this white devil. Angeline, those women are not an acronym. Allison, to be fair, in the younger crowd, there is a lot of colorism, bullying, and self-hatred. That's going to be amongst white folks, not black folks, not in our younger class. Bullying and colorism, not so much. That's not what I'm seeing. We shouldn't use it as a bad excuse to project on our own people, though. She is just projecting her emotions. No, she's a dumb bitch. She needs to die, and she's gonna get a rude awakening. You know, she's just been seduced. Flirty. Now that's the poster child of slave mentality, whether she realizes it or not. She believes everything she's saying, I think, you know. Paul Peter. Hopefully I said it right. I can't see it well. Jesse blew me up when he said George Floyd was just an unemployed drug addict. I think I did hear that, Paul. That's another example of this type of shit that he says, you know. He also said about Alejandra Ocasio-Cortez when something about something happened and she was saying, you know, she could have been raped or something like that, and he was like, you know, maybe she wanted to be raped. I mean, he gets away with this shit, you know, because all the shit that he espouses, as long as you're licking the ass of white people or spewing their same vomit, you're good, you know. Don't get me started. Gary Taylor, suppose if Jason Whitlock has skeletons in his closet. I don't know who Jason Whitlock is, I don't think. A name I can't read, I think it's Y. I smell cap. What is cap? I've been hearing that a lot lately, so I guess it's now entered the lexicon and is making its rounds. Because everybody's starting to say it all at the same time. What is cap? Because I heard somebody saying something, no cap. What is a fucking cap? Please educate the Jedi. Flirting. Wow, her lying ass. Ray Supreme. Sesame Street theme park accused of racism. Thank you, because I'm going to that now. After video shows the character snubbing two black kids. Yeah, let's go to that. Anjane Bodega. Bogota. No, Bogota. you're saying like, okay, Bogota, what an embarrassing imbecile. And it's just one word. She could, you don't got nobody in your fucking administration who said, bitch, this is how you say it. You feel me? Like, I can't. But I'm also over white people always want something that is easy for them to say, as if, but you do the same thing as black people. And you're bullshit, you and white people, because all I have to do is try it out on any child. Children hear and they say it back to you. Why can't the fuck you do the same thing? I ask you this now. You know, but she could have had anybody just tell her what it is so that she could say it. You know, give an example. When Ricky Martin came on my radar, he did La Copa de la Vida at the Grammys. I didn't know who he was before that evening. Murdered. That's the song he did. All of a sudden I was hearing La Vida Loca. The fuck? No, I'm like, that's not the song. That's not the one. And it was a big song for him and all that. But no, La Copa de la Vida was it. But why was it? Because white people doing La Vida Loca. La Vida Loca. Alright, bring me ice. Like, as if anything that's not English is so difficult, you know? Gary, it appears Michelle and Joe probably couldn't stand each other. Michelle probably couldn't stand Michelle, but Michelle, I'm sure, was unbothered. Because Jill is probably 2 feet high. Michelle is fucking 5'11" and flat feet. She's a statue. She's the most educated first lady that ever was. They proclaimed that. So Jill was nothing. And she probably just felt inferior to Michelle just to even look at her. Like, damn, this bitch is better than me in every fucking single way. I sure hate it. Mellow. They said that this little girl does not exist in this story is not true. What little girl, what story were we talking about? Yes, Florney, the cackler in chief. Well, but she's not in chief. Because she's not in chief, she's just the vice president. Just the fucking cackler. That's all she is. All while trying to act human. Alright, I'm just going to read some of the longer ones, you guys, so I can get to our other piece. Remember her talking all big and bad during some of those Senate hearings? What happened? That's what I said the other night. You know, like, where did that shit go? She actually had grit to her. She, you know, you saw her lawyering and her prosecutor come out of her. And now she's, what? Do what? Do what? Everything's a mystery to her now. She doesn't know anything. Anjane, we don't need to define what a woman is. That's clear. Define what y'all are. Because you are a man with a wig and a beard and a dress. That's what we need to clarify. That's what we need clarity on. What the fuck are you? Women are good, homie. Amen for that. Light bearer, a big shout out to you, queen. Snort cocaine Kamala. That's her name. That's her first, middle, and last. Snort cocaine Kamala. We have it. That's her first, middle, and last name. It's on her birth certificate. I saw it. Anjane, overnight Joe Biden was suddenly leading in all the polls that Bernie was winning. Overnight, stolen right in front of our eyes. And they made it seem like one fucking endorsement from James Clyburn's bitch ass, who nobody cares about, just turned the entire country. Gary, the same trick was said. The same trick who said she listened to Tupac and puffing a tree while in college. Exactly. Thank you for reminding us of that. Yes, yes, yes. Damn it. I was supposed to do it in this stream. I'm not going to be able to do it because I want to talk about, because she was on the Breakfast Club and she did that, Gary, and I want to talk about them, but I may not get to them in this stream. But I had that down. That's one of the things I wanted to get into. Yeah, there she was, trying to seem hip on the fucking, fuck her, dude. I knew I was over the bitch when I learned she went to Howard. Because how you gonna go to Howard? Just, you don't have to go to Howard. If you just go on Howard's campus one fucking day, you didn't see one brother on that campus that blew your fucking hair up? Not one. Nah. That's not possible. That's not possible. Phantom Beat. Shout out to you. They just need to play a slide whistle every time he walks on the stage. That is perfect. Thank you, Phantom. Mellow, all of this stuff looks like a clown show to me. Allison, I thought you were Kamala for a second. What? You need to go and cleanse, Allison. I didn't even support the bitch for the first. Nah, I'm very consistent. I never liked this bitch. Ever. Ever. Floundy, you nailed it, Jedi. That wasn't my best one, though. Because Joe Biden can get this country together. Joe Biden. Because me and Joe... Fuck her. Forney. Docile something should be sitting by a window at the old folks' home. They could be the president, yeah. I mean, we saw this before. Like, I just sat back and watched the country just fucking, like, are y'all serious? Especially black people. Like, what? I don't know who Bernie is. Yes, you do, you dumb black bitch. How about you take 5 minutes to go fucking Google Bernie and find out who he is? Phantom. He fell off his bike when he was standing still. I know. And then I saw a meme, a few of them, where people are just like at that very walk where people are doing the shit. But I'm still at him falling up the stairs of Air Force One. Like, up the stairs. Up. Righteous. Laughing out loud. Crying emojis. United States of America. Oh damn it, it jumped. It jumped, it jumped. There, I found it. Phantom. Kamala is old as hell, so nope. Jim Crow Joe has a food taster. For what? Ain't nobody trying to... I mean, don't nobody care about him that much. Anjane, in the U.S., we are surrounded by murderous psychopaths. Some are just able to suppress it. If they were in our shoes, they would all show their savage nature, and I wish the fuck we would. Let me come down here to somebody. Miss Matthews, exactly. Why join any group that studies show that later turn on you? Exactly. If they're trying to normalize gayness, how is that news? I know. That's what makes it also very curious. Bay Girl. There is a lot of buzz around Ron DeSantis. What are your thoughts? That he thinks he's Trump? He literally, go watch video of him before Trump. And then watch him since Trump. He's doing all of this. He's doing all the Trump shit. He even stands with his shoulders because Trump has that very distinct. He thinks he's Trump, dude. He thinks he's Trump. He thinks he's Trump. And my best friend lives in Florida, so there's that. You know. But all that aside, he's a white devil, so therefore there's nothing positive that I should think about him, you know. And buzz just means white people have decided it. Indignation to Miss Matthews. Indignation. Jedi, grab some reading glasses to help you. I need binoculars from here to help you out reading the print on your screen. But you're probably right. Maybe glasses would help me, because the magnifying glass obviously wouldn't do it from here, but maybe glasses would. And what I do? Oh, where's my magnifying glass now? Oh. I had to surrender and go pick some up the other day. Okay. Anjane, cap is when somebody is fudging, I think, embellishing or lying. Okay. So why are they saying cap? How does it make sense? D, sweet D, I had to leave. Glad you're still on. My angel, good evening to you. At 11:24 in Takalana. Okay, let's bring this. Watch. Slaps the white kids, the white parents. Nope, not for you little black girls. My queen.
Okay, so had that been me, that whole parade would have been in flames. Like, are you serious? You're not gonna speak to my child? And did you see that baby's face at the end, the little one with the pink on? She deserves an explanation. Hello?
I love Kelly Rowland. I do. It's never been Beyonce, everybody. It's never been her. It's never been Beyonce. It's not Michelle, because the bitch needs to eat a steak. It's Kelly. Kelly. Kelly, Kelly, Kelly. Kelly has that natural beauty. She chocolate. She got the dimples. She got the perfect teeth. You feel me? I feel like we married and stuff. Hold up. Play it again.
Okay, so had that been me,
I just want to see Kelly again.
that whole parade would have been in flames. Like,
Look at her teeth. Look at her lips.
are you serious? You're not gonna speak to my child? And did you see that baby's face at the end, the little one with the pink on? She deserves an explanation. Hello?
Her skin looks like poured chocolate. Like, just, you know, have you ever seen, when I used to go to Baltimore a lot when I lived in Maryland, you could go up to where Drew Hillman used to make the fudge. She looked like that, man. Kelly has always been my favorite since I knew who Destiny's Child was. I don't see nobody else on the stage when they're all together. I just see Kelly, man. That's it. Kelly is everything. She's a real human being. She's not this fake witch like Beyonce. I love Kelly Rowland, dude. And when they did, this is a little off topic, y'all, but I have to go in on Kelly for a minute now. Just indulge me. And especially when they came with Lose My Breath. Oh, when they was, I don't know where, there some award show they was performing at. No, it was Good Morning America. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen them do the song live. It was still brand new, and the drums starting all that, they come down. But when Kelly did her part, though, dude, that little skirt she was wearing, she's a little pigeon-toed too. Oh, she's everything. So her walk is just so cute. I love Kelly Rowland. I love her, man. That's the chick. That's the chick. She's underrated. Where are you, Jedi? Oh, I have more clips of that event. I love Kelly. I love her. She's so sweet-hearted, and she has a genuine smile, not that fake I'm plotting grin that Beyonce puts on. I love Kelly, dude. I love her. Man, Kelly could get it. Anyway. I already had it. Anyways, that's something else. Moving on. You guys are bringing up things I'm not discussing. How dare you? Alright, let me open this. And as I do, let me make sure there wasn't any more that I didn't have the clips in there. Okay, that's down here. So, oh, here's another one. Another one. It might be that same one without Kelly, but we need to play it anyways. Okay. Oh, my bad. Let's have it. And then now it didn't just ghost him, but literally like this, like, nah, not y'all little ass. First of all, I want to say this. This is a problem anyway, before you even get to whatever the mascot was. Because this idea that children need this stuff. I mean, it's a walking carpet. Let's go back. What's intriguing about that? But yet we turn kids onto this from the time they're very young, because you're buying into this idea that children need children's programming. If you don't hear nothing else on the subject of children from me, please, for the love of God, hear this. Your children don't need no children's programming. And then ask yourself, why is there a different programming for children than for you? So you're watching a program and you have to send the kids in the other room to watch the Children's Network or some bullshit. For what? It's dangerous. I'm telling you. This is how they come in. And look at the little backpacks they wearing and shit. This is too much. It's too much. They shouldn't even be interested in this. And if they weren't conditioned, most kids will probably, if you have a child that's not been introduced to this would run from that thing. Run from it. Like, hell no, what the fuck, and be grabbing mommy's leg and shit. I mean, so before we even get to that, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. I think we have another angle. Well, we'll just see that clip out because it was... Look at their little faces. Oh. You can have my wallet and my car keys. Look at the little boogers. Okay, that was the end of the clip. Oh, I wasn't even over there when I was reacting. My bad. Sorry, I already hit the button, y'all. Oh, snap. Okay. I thought I had more than that. The other one is, I don't need it. Okay, fine. But it's Roland Martin. Oh, come on, please don't act up. It's delaying. Because it's pulling.
Please stand and welcome.
This is not even the one. It skipped. Okay, here we go.
Over the last 24 hours, 2 young black girls were at a party. All right, many of y'all. All right. Many of y'all have seen this video. It's been going viral over the last 24 hours. 2 young black girls were at a party, and this Sesame Street character just straight up just ignores these 2 black girls. Now, go ahead and just roll the video, Al. Just roll the video. Now, this is at the Sesame Street themed amusement park.
Okay, so it's Sesame Street themed amusement park. It's not at Disneyland, as I said I thought it could be.
In Philadelphia. Again, the video went viral, and it shows these 2 young girls going up to the performer in a Rosita costume, and the performer appears to wave no to the girls and continues to walk on. Now, again, it is blown up. Black people have been upset, livid. So Sesame Street released this statement here, okay? Our brand, our park, and our employees stand for inclusivity and equality in all forms. That is what Sesame Place is all about, and we do not tolerate any behaviors in our parks.
Except you just did, so not understanding, but go on.
Contrary to that commitment. We also are and have always been committed to making sure every family and every child has the best possible experience at our parks, and we are incredibly disappointed when that does not happen. Regarding the incident yesterday, the costumes our performers wear sometimes make it difficult to see at lower levels.
Bitch, that's a fucking lie. Because I have been in a costume, thank you very much. Your boy, me, the Jedi, he is I and I am him, took some temporary work. When I was working in D.C., at that time I was working for McDermott, Will & Emery, very prestigious law firm. And my agent had some work on the weekend. Says, you know, if you want to do some, they're just right around the corner from the law firm, downtown D.C. There was this video game. It's Yogi or Yoshi, something that sounds like that. I'm not into video games, so it wasn't a big deal to me. But I dressed up as the main character. I made a lot of money that day. But it was me, and there was this girl that was, there was another character that's part of the video game. And it's a video game for kids. So, and that's the day that I met Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother, Omar Gooding, because he came in with a friend of his to be a part of the event. He like ghosted. I was trying to speak to him after I came out of the costume. He vanished. But anyways, this is a child. This whole theme park is Sesame Street. It is by default for children. You want me to believe that the costumes aren't made to see the fucking little kid standing in front of you? Who believes that? That's like you go to Disneyland and you want to tell me Mickey Mouse can't see the kids in front of him, and either can Minnie Mouse. So it doesn't hold water. And now I want to see the inside of the costume. Just show us then. Just show us. Well, just show us. Well, show us. So that's not true. And what we saw, I believe we saw, hopefully they're going to play at least what we've seen already, is that there were other kids that the characters reacted to. And he could see them well enough to wave them off. So we'll just see the evidence again. Your Honor, I'd like to enter this as People's Exhibit number 1.
Let's roll video.
Just a second. Let's do it in full screen. Exhibit A.
Now, this is
we see another child's hand right here that's the same height as these children, and we see the character reacting to those children. Don't put the shit in front of me and the Jedi to scrutinize it. Don't do that. Don't ever do that.
Sesame Street theme amusement park.
Slaps the white parent.
In Philadelphia.
Then is waving off the children. But that he doesn't see, because they can't see kids that are that little, but they can wave them off.
Again, the video went viral, and it shows these two young girls.
There it is.
Going up to the performer in a Rosita costume, and the performer appears to wave no to the girls and continues to walk on. Now, again, it is blown up. Black people have been upset, livid. So Sesame Street released this statement here, okay? That are contrary to that commitment. We also are and have always been committed to making sure every family and every child has the best possible experience at our parks, and we are incredibly disappointed when that does not happen. Regarding the incident yesterday, the costumes our performers wear sometimes make it difficult to see at lower levels, and sometimes our performers miss hug requests from guests.
This wasn't a missing bitch. This was a not y'all low ass. We all saw it.
Okay, so let me do this here. I'm gonna walk over to the other side of the studio. So y'all just go ahead and follow me. So I'm confused here, Omakongo, Julian.
I believe that's Roland's basement in his house for some reason. I've been given that information somewhere. I don't remember.
As well as Jeff, because okay, if I am if I'm in costume and I'm walking, if I'm in costume and walking, put me on camera 1. If I'm in costume and I'm walking, all right, and I'm dealing with little kids, I'm probably going to be looking down. So I'm not looking for a 10 or 14-year-old. I'm largely going to be looking at little kids. So if I'm walking,
since you are at the Sesame Street theme park again, it's not Chippendales. It's not, you know.
This is like what I'm doing the whole time. I'm waving down here at little kids, or I'm waving at short people like my niece, you know, who are like 4'11". I'm waving at short people. Okay, all right. So now I want y'all to show the video. Watch when homeboy drops his head. Watch this. He's looking at her. How I don't understand how yes, you got this big child in front of you. How do you not see? How do you not just this? Seriously? I'm sorry.
But he's not pointing out what I pointed out. Because right there you see the arm of a child that's the same size as these little girls. You see it there. And he waves off these girls that he apparently can't see. But he can see them to wave them off.
Julian, I'm not buying that.
Nobody should buy it. This is BS warmed over. Heartbreak for the poor little girls. You saw the disappointment on their faces. But this, whoever that is, should not be working at Sesame Street. Sesame Street does have a long history of inclusion, of diversity, of all of that. But they have hired some fools, and that was one of them. But again, anti-blackness is so seeped into our nation's culture that it shows up in all kind of crazy places, like with a cartoon character. So here's the problem, Roland. Sesame Street should not have issued that statement before they did some form of investigation. That is nonsense. Say, well, they're so tall they can't look down. The fact is that grown people, 6 foot tall people, are not going to the theme park to see Sesame Street characters. They're little children.
And if they are, they're taking their kids to see the characters.
They're 4 feet tall. Don't be messing with your niece, by the way. The child can't help it that she ain't grown. But in any case,
You got the little part right. You got the little part right.
But in any case, it's just ridiculous and it's racist. And these girls have been scarred, and they shouldn't have been scarred. And that fool, whoever it is behind there, male, female, dog.
I'm glad she mentions that the kids are scarred. The kids are not scarred if you remember, because they're old enough to know who this fucking character is. And to tie their shoe, their parents had already told them the white man is the devil. And if they hadn't told them, certainly, but when this happened, we don't understand. You said because white people are the devil. That's why. And this isn't the first time shit like this is going to happen to you. That's why you don't take them as friends. You don't cozy up with them. Because they will always turn on your ass. This is a teachable moment. But it will be lost. You want them to now, or go create your own damn character. Do that. We don't need to join their shit, dude. That's also part of the problem. It's just, I mean, before you even get to the theme park, there's problems. Wait, let's see this angle or whatever.
4 or 5 videos today of different experience. There's one, right? And with this little boy here. And what at the end of the day, Sesame, you got a problem when you see this with this particular individual or whoever these individuals are. When we go to these places, look, again, these guys are not trying. There you go. Look at that. You know, they're not trying to see me. And these snubs hurt, man. And we're seeing these kids get snubbed in all areas of society. And Sesame is supposed to be the one place where we're supposed to go and be able to let it all out and have fun and do that for the kids. And so, yes, I definitely agree that Sesame Place and Sesame Street is all about inclusivity. But they definitely have some work to do as it relates to this. And that's why they reached out to the family to bring them back. But look, they got more video around Sesame Street and Sesame Place than like the FBI got in DC. They can scroll through the videos and see if there are patterns with their performers and get rid of folks who don't represent what they say they want to represent. And that's really what it comes down to. At the end of the day. They can do these little meetings here and there, but who knows?
Because
I think
I'd like to count all the black people that were at this piece of shit, and what was the entry fee, and what's the average price per customer that's being spent in this damn thing, and then that's our number. You see that you've given over to fucking Sesame Street for what? For what? You know, last time I gotta turn there, y'all. Last time my nephew was here, we went to Magic Mountain, which is here in California. And it was $20 for parking. Just for parking, bitch. So we decided we'd go online and do some investigating to figure out what was their daily take at the park, just on parking. And I think we got something like $7 million. It was something outrageous just on parking before you even go into the damn park, before you spend $50 on a goddamn pretzel and another $180 on a drink and all the other shit. You feel me? Big money here. Big money. Big money. Big money. So we need to take those black dollars and go someplace else. You know, how about you invest that money into the development? We've got some great graphic artists and things like that out there. Why don't we commission them to come up with new black characters for our children? You know, but I suggest you, and if they're going to be characters, then they can't just be characters for the sake of being characters. They need to be characters that teach black principles. Among them, the white man is the devil, and to give them a sense of their culture and nothing and separatism. You know, if it's not black, it's not first, etc. So there's a few things wrong with this. There's a few things wrong with this, man. I really don't care that the little girls were snubbed. I care that this moment won't be taught properly. You know, it won't be, it will visit on their young lives the pattern that is being executed by their parents and other adults, that you need to run to fucking white people for every goddamn thing. And when they don't let you in the door, you're supposed to charge them, and it's a problem. And those days are over. Let's just be, listen, why we're in this predicament now is because we wanted to sit at their fucking lunch counters, and we wanted to sit on their buses, and we wanted to do all the shit that they could do. Fuck these people. The worst thing that ever happened to us was integration and fucking acceptance. The worst thing after slavery was that. This is just more perpetration of that. We don't need it. 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 And if anything, you use this, since it's such a firestorm, you now sit your girls down and tell them you're so devastated and so distraught and you can't go on. And then you get a good attorney and you sue this place for many millions of dollars, so you have some generational wealth. You see what I'm saying? And then everybody that can piles onto the lawsuit. So it's even a class action lawsuit. I could come up with some scenarios, and none of them include sitting around bitching that the fucker didn't come over and wave to your children. Nobody cares. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. 10 minutes, because I said I was gonna let the East Coast be done at midnight tonight. I think I will quickly deal with, by the way, the Prince is the one that made me aware of this story. I did that. Is this the one?
Democrats like to say that no one needs.
This is one of them black dudes I was telling you about that's narrating this damn commercial. Democrats like to say, we're probably gonna have to hear it again because now I can't rewind it.
AR-15 for self-defense. That no one could possibly need all 30 rounds. But when this rifle is the only thing standing between your family and a dozen angry Democrats in Klan hoods.
And angry, dozen angry Democrats in hoods. Really, bitch? This one of them sell out up the booty ass niggas that you hearing.
You just might need that semi-automatic in all 30 rounds.
Go here, more time, niggas.
Democrats like to say that no one needs an AR-15 for self-defense. That no one could possibly need all 30 rounds. But when this rifle is the only thing standing between your family and a dozen angry Democrats in Klan hoods, you just might need that semi-automatic.
So the point of the ad is to get black people to vote for your sellout ass Republican ass? I mean, I'm just... I saw my note there. So I'm like, oh yeah, the ad. Did that. Damn it. Yeah. 5 minutes. 6 minutes. I'll read the last of your comments. Because the other 3 topics that I have are perfect. They're going to be heavyweights, and they should be in their own thing. Yeah. Oh, Flowney, I see I read your comment wrong earlier. You said Jim Crow Joe better get a food taster. My bad. We need to do better. Shout out to you. Nah, racism doesn't just show up in some crazy places. It shows up wherever white people have been or currently exist and breathe. Thank you. You're definitely a apprentice of the Jedi. Shout out to you. Zen Green, just think of adopted black kids. Yikes. That's a whole nother movie. And I've been consistent to say I don't think that white people should be allowed to adopt African children, period. Just like they had it for a while. I don't know if they can do it now, but there used to be that gay people couldn't adopt. We need to keep that same energy with them adopting black kids. Same energy. Anjane, lives in trash. Something statement. Oh, PR statement. Yeah. Totally written by a publicist. She clearly said no with her gestures as soon as she got to the black girls. She was able to see everyone else. Fine. Fuck these people. Our children can't be children. Indignation. I enjoy making them squirm in my presence. I live for it. Just my existence riles them up. And I've said that when you're used. This is what I mean when I've said to you, we have to start using psychological warfare on them every day, and that's one of the ways you do it. Absolutely. Original Jewess, Kelly or Janet? Let's be clear. Let's be real clear. Since you wanted to bring it up, Original Jewess, since you wanted to bring it up, let's be real clear. Let's be real clear. Because Joe Biden knows who I'm married to. Okay? Joe Biden knows. He was at the wedding. He officiated the wedding. So let's be real clear. Janet is my wife. And that's what it is. But Kelly got it. Once or twice. And that's all I can tell you. Burn after listening. My angel, what's Janet going to say about that? Y'all are on me. Janet doesn't mind if I give another woman a compliment. In fact, Janet, this will settle it. This will settle it. Janet even told me, or Janet has even said that she thought Kelly was a very beautiful woman. So that happened. And when we met Kelly together, so we were both very taken by her beauty, and we discussed it for many hours after. So Janet knows. So she knows. She knows. She knows. My angel, try a telescope, Jedi. Or some binoculars in this bitch. Something. It jumped. I read that. I read that. I read that. I read that. Wheels down. Flight attendants, take your seat for landing. Anjane. Akon said that we need to take whatever we are doing in America and bring it to Africa. It's a dream for me to be around only like-minded black people. I long to know what that feels like. Well, the countdown has begun for me, Queen. And I saw that statement from Akon. In fact, I've watched several interviews of him on that topic and others, and I appreciate where he's coming from. It's so on point, you know, and ironically, I'm landing in his home country of Senegal. But we do need to do that, you know. I just, but I'm encouraged because what I do see, what I knew and know for sure, is the more you show African people what Africa really is, they take the bitch ass to Africa. That's what's been happening. That's what's happening. I'm seeing Ray Ray in Africa, all different parts. You understand? Ray Ray now are in Africa, and you're like, how did y'all? So it's not just like the old retiring couple and the forward-thinking hotel brother and things like that. I'm seeing such a good mix, an eclectic mix of African people that are moving to the continent, and so I'm very encouraged. You know, we just got to continue to make it visible and to share it, and that's what it is. You know, I'm very encouraged, very encouraged. My only source of angst is that I'm willing to physically protect Africa, you know, like shoot you on sight. Don't show up at the fucking continent, bitch. Don't do it. Stay your white ass right over here, or go someplace else. I'm not tolerating their ass on the continent. Not doing it. Not doing it. And I'm so specific about it. I promise you that in videos that I've watched when I'm watching other countries, just any country I've ever watched, I'm always looking at the background, see if I see any fucking white people. I don't care if it's the market or what. You know, see any white devils? Oh, it's not. Okay. You see, I'm ready. So that matters to me. That matters. That matters. It matters. It matters. It matters. Because part of the reason why I'm going to Africa is so that I cannot have to see the fucking rotten ass demonic faces of these fucking people. I don't want to see them. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to know they fucking exist at all. At all. At all. And I beg my people to try to make your plan to get there some type of way, you know. Because as I've said to you, once I'm there, anybody that comes, you have a place to stay. That's it. If you don't want to be in Gambia, then go someplace else. You know, that's fine. Or if you want to come to Gambia and get on your feet and then go where the fuck you're going to go, whatever. My door will be open to anyone that comes. I swear that by Allah. I'm not changing on that. Not changing on that. To that point, to my donors and everyone who follow me over on Jedi Africa, we will be together. If we're not together before Friday, we're definitely going to be together on Friday. I'm making it a priority. Making it a priority. Yeah, but they're not in any numbers though, Douglas. There's some, like you go to South Africa, you're going to see them. You know, you go to like Tanzania, certainly the Zanzibar. Zanzibar. They go there for vacationing and jet skiing and parasailing and shit. So trust me, I've looked to where they bitch asses are at on the fucking continent, like where they would more likely be and shit. And you have safaris that are coming there, and you know, missionaries and shit like that. But you know, you're not finding like, you know, it's just not that. And certainly like in West Africa, which is where I'm going. So Gambia, they wouldn't have their white asses there in any great numbers. Gambia is a Muslim country, so any country that their law of the land is the word of God, you're not going to find white people there. Because righteousness is like holy water being thrown on a vampire for these people. You understand? Trust me, I've not been random in picking my country. The politics of a country matter to me, and any and all possibility to see fucking white ass people matters to me. It's a priority. My angel will end here. Okay, Jedi and troops, have a good night and stay safe. I love you all. I love you more, Angel, and thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. So, my true core that follow me on Jedi Africa, we will be together, if not before Friday, definitely on Friday. I'm making it a priority. Absolutely making it a priority for us to be together on Friday. And so look for me. Be checking for me. Meanwhile, I just want to say I thank you guys all for coming and being part of the stream this evening. I didn't get to all my topics, but that's fine because I'm okay with the other ones, because those, I like that. I like it. So that's fine. So I'll get those in. If not before Friday, then I'll get those in on Saturday, because Friday is going to be for the other channel. So this is Tuesday. Oh, it's only Tuesday. I'll totally get it in. Yeah, I got time. So maybe Thursday, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. It could happen. It could happen. But thank you guys all for coming and being part of the stream. I do appreciate it. Now I want you guys all to go to bed and get a good night's sleep, and reflect on the things that we've learned here. Hopefully I've been able to bring you something of value that that you can use, you know, that that provokes something, something in you. I won't qualify it, just something. Just something. So, I love you all, and I will see you soon. This is the Jedi.